The focus of our gathering is centered on one thing, and it has to do about growth and transformation. I think one thing we always say is this is not a classroom or it's a gathering of people willing to share ideas on possibilities. So it could be you standing here tomorrow, it could be me standing here, it could be anyone. Our gathering is mainly focused on anything you have to share that you believe can make an impact in the life of someone. You're always welcome to share it. Maybe you know something or have an idea or a concept that you believe can benefit someone. You do what? Go ahead and do what? Share it. Very soon we are coming up with something, a concept whereby we are trying to open a platform where people can share ideas on anything at all that they believe can work. There's someone doing a business in the corner of Ghana that maybe in a month the person generates about 2,000, 3,000 cedis. But maybe there may be people out there that if they hear of that business, they can also do it and also do what? Make money. So very soon we want to engage in that because that's what we believe. So our gathering here is not a gathering of perfection, it's a gathering of we all trying to make an impact because we are working towards changing the concept of Ghanaians and how the spirit of possibility can be birthed in every Ghanaian. Because lately, I think, so long as you're in Ghana, you don't need any magician to tell you, Charlie, the popular word in the mouth of the youth is, Charlie, the system hard. The system hard, I want to leave. But not everybody will get a chance to leave. For those who don't get a chance to leave, at least there's hope. We will all strive together. Okay, so this morning, to start off with, some of you have been with us for a while. I'm waiting for the rest. Maybe I'll hold on with my question when the rest join. But our main focus for a while now is to measure impact. To measure impact in the sense that it's our gathering generating the needed impact. It's our gathering generating the needed impact. If it is not, what do we have to do? If our gathering is generating the needed impact, because like last time I was telling someone that for those that have spent 1 year with us, the goal now is to start seeing results. So if you're not seeing that results, what can we do to help see that result? Because you cannot spend 1 year with us and nothing will change and there's no transformation. So the goal now is to see transformation. So if there's something we can do to help bring about that transformation, our doors are opened. So with the High Achievers session, I think we have about 5 more meetings to bring the session to an end. So now my focus is mainly on what can we do to see that transformation. Recently, I was reading an article, and the article was talking about the fact that there are people you need to carry along. As in, you help them to climb the ladder. You don't say, this is the ladder, climb it. There are people you help them, you hold their hand to climb one all the way to the top. Honestly speaking, that concept had never been a thought that occurs to me. Mainly it's about motivating people, showing them, teaching them, but the article seems to emphasize that, see, there are people that you have to practically help them, carry them. So it's not about, oh, do this, do this, do this. It's about feeding them. And the Bible talks about it. If your neighbor comes to ask for help and you say, I don't have, or you give the words of wisdom, blah, blah, it will make nothing. You feed that person. So right now we are more focused on how can we help bring out that transformation. If not, we will spend time here and maybe what the talk will lead to nothing. So recently when we went to Winneba, we did something. After the conference with them, we gave the chance to students to pitch ideas, and some of them, we gave them money to support their business. So that's what right now we are mainly switching our focus to. But for those in the high achievers section, I think Chris doesn't have a copy of that booklet. Okay, that booklet, at the end of it, you see the sponsorship and the capital this thing. I think Edna will give you a copy. Because the goal was that maybe after the session, at the end of it, you know that, okay, right now, we believe that the things we've learned here, you can apply it. So what do you want to apply it to? And how do we support? So it's not mainly just talk, no. At the end of the session, there's going to be support as well, where we see how we can help bring about that transformation. If you bring the support first, it will be abused. And it's not as if people abuse it because they want to. If I give a car key to a 10-year-old boy, it's a blessing, but he doesn't know how to drive it, so he will abuse it. But when he's 18 or 16 and you teach him how to drive, and after learning how to drive, you guide him to his masters, and now you give him the car key, then it becomes a blessing. But if you give it to him because he is old enough, it can be a curse. It can be what will do what? Will kill him. So that is why we want to go through this transformation period, so that by the time we are done, when any support is available, or even if somebody decides to invest in you, you will not waste the opportunity. There are so many people that have wasted so many opportunities, and it's by no fault of theirs. They didn't know. It's like you see somebody, like this is how their distraction started. It's not that they chose to distract themselves. It came to them, but because they didn't have the right guidance, they didn't know how to overcome it. Let me give you a scenario. Now we have bets happening all over. The youth, everybody's encouraging bet. But the truth is, betting has never made anyone rich. Betting has never made anyone successful. You can check. Now Google is the free internet to research and see billionaires, people who became billionaires through betting. Somebody can win $1 million, but will not have it. The person will definitely lose it again. So when you research, you realize that there's none of the billionaires or rich people or influential people we have in the world, none of them came through betting. But what happens is, let's say, please your name. Desire. Okay, the Desire is okay with me. Let's say I give Desire 5,000 cedis. Maybe, let's say he's a fashion designer or something. He's supposed to sew. Now, Desire has the courage to see, let me bet with this money. At least he said he wants the outfit at the end of July. If I bet with this money, I can win times 10 of it. So Desire goes into betting. By the time he has realized, he has squandered all the money on betting without winning. And now he has no way to refund the money. God being so good, Mr. Muzu comes and says, Desire, I also want to sew an outfit. So take 2,000 cedis. Quickly, you say, good. I have more money to, this time around, I'm going to break that machine. I'm going to break them so that when I win, I can pay Mr. Francis off and also pay Mr. Musa and also have profit. Now, he invests the 2,000 also in the betting, and then by the time he realizes, maybe he wins some 1,000 cedis back, it's not enough. Let me bet more so that I can. So by the time he realizes, the 2,002 is squandered. And right now, as he has lost the 7,000, he has no way of paying it back. So what does he do? He calls second Mr. Muzu. Please, lend me 2,000 cedis. I'll pay it back to you end of next month. When he takes the money, lo and behold, he supports him. He'll give a nice story. He supports him. When he takes that money, he goes back and says, these people, I'll teach them a lesson. They will see. He goes to bet again. And surprisingly, now by the time he realized, all that money is what? Lost again. So right now, he's owing Mr. Francis 5,000, owing first Mr. Muzu 2,000, now owing another Mr. Muzu 2,000, making 9,000. This is money that he has no way of paying back. He has no way of getting it. So now he goes to Bless. Bless, please, can you lend me 1,000 cedis or 3,000? I have a urgent family matter. Bless decides to give him the money. Maybe a part of it or something. He goes back to the betting because he has the confidence that the last time he nearly won. Hey, Chelsea lost just one match. That made him not to win. If Chelsea had won that game, he would have won 30,000 cedis, which could have been enough to pay off all the people he was owing and make more money. He said that, if Chelsea had won that game, all the bets, I did 10 people, they all won. Chelsea just lost. Uma sell me bet. So he goes back again, puts in more energy, more calculations. By the time he realizes, all has been lost again. Now, he's owing about 15,000 cedis. And that 15,000 cedis, he did not put it into anything physical that can bring it back. He put it into what? Bet, something that is gone. And now he has no way of reproducing it. So what happens? Now, he begins to go into hiding. He begins to go into hiding. He begins calling people for money to help support himself and still trying to see if he can, any least money he gets, he goes back. The story I just shared with you is the reality of someone I know. His theory was, I believe in numbers. I'll never forget that phrase. I heard it from him. I believe in numbers. So any money he gets, straight to the lotto. It ruined him to the extent that everyone around he was owing the person. So now this is a talented person with talent and gifts, but he cannot work because he's owing everybody, so always on the run. And anytime he gets another opportunity, he goes back to the same lotto, hoping that, because the last time it was just a single mistake, hoping this time around he can correct it and then win back his money and pay people. Now, he's not a bad person, but his choices and mindset has gotten him to a stage whereby, what? Because he can't pay back, he now gets on the run, and the time will come, almost everybody he knows is owing him. So always running, relocating. That is the story of most people. What he doesn't know is that he can decide to stop today, start today with the right guidance, and he can still make it. And with time, he will pay everybody. So that's the reason why the first book I always recommend to everyone is The Richest Man in Babylon. Because it tells you of how somebody lived life anyhow, lost everything, but decided that enough is enough. It's time to do what? It's time to go back, start from scratch, and repay everyone I owe, and became the richest man in Babylon. So that's why these meetings are always important. Because don't assume that people have the knowledge. Never assume. One thing I always say is never depend on common sense. Common sense will fail you. It is experience that you need. It's not common sense, because common sense will tell you that, Grace, you have 2,000 cedis in your bank account. You are feeling for pizza. You are hungry. Why do you leave the money in your account and die? Go and withdraw it and eat. The next day, common sense again will tell you that, you are feeling for ice cream. Why won't you go and buy the ice cream? The money you have in your account, if you die, somebody will do what? You go and do what? You go and take it and chop. But experience will let you know that I have to sacrifice myself. I have to discipline myself. So because I have a goal I want to do what? I want to reach. So I always say, never depend on common sense. Common sense always fails you. But it is what? Experience and wisdom. Common sense will tell you, I've slapped you. Slap me back. That's common sense. Common sense tells you that somebody is insulting and not talking to you in the right way. Defend yourself and walk away. But experience lets you know that person talking to you, who is that person? That person may be your destiny helper. Imagine the president is insulting you. Instead of common sense will tell you, get angry and walk away. But experience will let you say, bow down and say, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You understand? So always, you don't depend on what? Common sense. You balance it with experience. And most of this experience, you get it what? Through books. Those who depend on common sense always pay the price. I always say it and I always defend it. People want to argue and I say, well, you can argue, but common sense has never given anyone. Of course, if I tell you right now that, Mr. Muzu, you can be a millionaire, common sense will quickly come to play and say, hey, master, my generation, this. But reading books and Bible will let you know that no matter my situation today, I can do it. I can make it. So our gatherings are just to do what? Empower, build and develop the right mindset you need to face life. The right mindset. And it brings me to what I want to talk about today. The entrepreneurship mindset. You know, people ask the question, lately we've been using entrepreneurship. The whole year, I think that's what we've been focusing on. So someone asks, so does everyone have to be an entrepreneur? And the answer varies. Not everyone needs to be an entrepreneur, but everyone needs the mindset of an entrepreneur. You need to have that entrepreneur's mindset. Whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not, you still need to do what? Have that mindset. Because it's a mindset that enables you to overcome challenges, be decisive, and accept responsibility for your outcomes. These are the three key areas of what an entrepreneur's mindset is about. His mindset is a mindset that overcome challenges, be decisive, and accept responsibility for their outcome. If you're able to have this mindset, then you start to think like an entrepreneur. Because most people, the reason why they fail, when you look at these three things, overcoming challenges, be decisive, and accepting outcome of their decisions, many people never accept responsibility for their mistakes. There are people that always look for who to blame. So long as something goes wrong in their life, there is always someone to blame. See, I trusted Mr. Desire and I gave him, we went into partnership and he squandered the money. That is why today I have not been able to achieve my goal. My father did not take care of me. That is why this. They always look for who to blame. Entrepreneurs never look for who to blame. They accept their decision of their outcomes and they embark on how to overcome it. They know the right decisions to take. It's not like there are people start noticing it. They are always looking for who to blame. When you always look for who to blame, you never achieve anything in life. There's a story told of two young men, the same father. They asked one of them, why are you a drunkard? He said, because my father always used to drink and beat us. Anytime he came home, he was beating us, and was abusive, and was not taking care of us. Of course, that can have an impact on the children. And that's a story that you want to sympathize with the person. And they asked the other person, how did you become so successful? He said, my father was abusive, was a drunkard, always beating us and abusing us, and I vowed not to be anything like him, but to make sure that what I live a life that is better. I'll stay away from alcohol because I never want to be like him. I saw what alcohol did to him, and I vowed never. So now you see, two people. One chose to accept faith and do better. One chose to use that to be the reason why he or she was failing. And that is the life we are living. The entrepreneur's mindset is important for us as Ghanaians because it will help us overcome challenges. When you go out there, you ask many of the graduates today, why are you not working? There are no jobs. There are no jobs. There are no jobs. Of course, who doesn't know there are no jobs? We all do. But having the entrepreneur's mindset lets you know that whether there are no jobs or not, for me, there's something out there for me to take. So you go out there looking out for what can I do? What is there for me to achieve? Instead of joining the ones, those sleeping at home and saying, if I had a job, why wouldn't I go and do it? Who told you that Ghana is the country that what's happening, we are all proud of it? We are not proud of it, but you can make the best out of it. Never believe what you hear on the news. Things like, there are no money in Ghana, you cannot make it, blah, blah. See, if you have the entrepreneur's mindset, what you tell yourself is, if others are making it, then I can also make it. The cars you see on the streets of Ghana, there are some countries you never see those cars. There are countries you don't see those cars. When you go to Europe, for instance, you see small cars. They're the ones you see majority because what? They are conserving energy, saving on fuel. They don't want to. They cannot pump. How can I go and work, make so much money and pump oil into fuel? And when you come to Ghana, we drive the gas, the ones that will consume the fuel. If you give somebody a small car, Yaris, Vit, no. He wants the big ones. In Ghana, we buy cash. Over there, credit. So what makes you think you can make it in Ghana? Over there, they go phone, credit, cars, credit, everything, credit. But over here in Ghana, we do what? Cash. In fact, even Africa, cash. So that should tell you that we have the money here. It's your choice whether you think you can make it or not. So that's how come we are trying to shape that mindset that, see, even whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not, you need that mindset. You need that mindset. Because it's a mindset that focuses on growth and possibilities. When you read Captain Mabin's book, he said what drove him into the venture sector was the fact that no bank was willing to give loan to startups. They were asking collateral and things. He said, no, I will make it. That is the kind of spirit you need. And that is what entrepreneurship is all about. So, of course, you don't need to be a businessman, you don't need to start your own company, but you need to have that mindset. The entrepreneur's mindset, you need it. You understand? Because it's a mindset that is always focusing on constant opportunities, innovation, and growth. If you ask somebody what's entrepreneurship about, it's about innovation. When an entrepreneur comes here, he sees this chair and realizes that, okay, you are writing. An entrepreneur will go back, innovation. He will go and design this same chair, but with a table, make it modern, so that when you are done, you can fold the table and the chair will still be there. That's an entrepreneur. innovation. But if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, you still need that mindset. What are the better ways you can do the things you do? You are working for someone. What are the better ways you can go about the job? Is it always going to be one way, one way, one way? No. That mindset lets you know that, see, if I've been doing one thing for a long time, of course, I'll get the same results. So whether you want to work for someone or do your own business, you need that mindset, the entrepreneurial mindset. You need it. Because having that mindset birth some new greatness in you that you become different from the ordinary person. When you go to work tomorrow, instead of joining your colleagues to complain that my boss is like this, nothing better, he's like this, so no, you start asking yourself, okay, I know my boss is like this. How can we do things to make the office better? So right now, because you've learned that an entrepreneurial mindset is a mindset that accepts responsibility and not always blaming others. So the question is, how do we bring out the best out of this situation? Okay, for now, this is where we work. What's the best we can do to improve? Instead of, I sit down, I fold my hands because my boss said, hasn't made this available, hasn't made this available, hasn't made this available. No. Some of you go to work because you were taught to do A, B, C, D. That is what you do every time. But the entrepreneur's mindset lets you know that growth, innovation, what are the better ways we can do this? Oh, madam, we've been doing this for a long time, this thing, this way. I'm thinking if we do it like this, like this, like this, it will be better. Some bosses will turn you down. They will ignore you. But keep on. I tell people that, what do you lose if you share an idea and it is turned down? That's why I talk about entrepreneur's mindset. Because entrepreneur's mindset is not afraid of failure. There's no entrepreneur who's afraid of failure. So if you have the entrepreneur's mindset, if you go and your boss tells you, no, you don't care. You go back, do better, and come another time again. Madam, I think if we do this, you say, no, no problem. You still be thinking, well, you go and rephrase and come back. I think this. What happens is you begin to sharpen your skills on innovation. Because you always start looking of better ways of doing things. That's how come we have people who climb the ladder and people who remain at the same ladder. It's all about the mindset. If you're able to develop the entrepreneur's mindset, trust me, doors that will open for you, you'll be amazed. Because right now, when your colleagues see problems, you see opportunities. You understand? The last assignment we're supposed to do was all about the mindset, the entrepreneur's mindset. When people see problems, you see opportunities. When people see challenges, you see possibilities. That mindset is like when you develop it, right? Things become totally different. How you see things become totally different. You always want to grow. Let's take Coca-Cola for an example. You still see them doing adverts. Who doesn't know Coca-Cola? Anyone here who does not know Coca-Cola? Please, who doesn't know the brand? Anyone? Or maybe there's someone that who has not heard of Coca-Cola before. So ask yourself the question, why do they still do adverts? What are they advertising for? Everybody knows them. Why are they still advertising? So what makes you think that you don't need to always improve upon yourself? What makes you think that? They keep advertising because they're always looking for growth, popularity. They're looking for ways that once you see it, it brings out something in you. So if you look at how that entrepreneurship is focused on growing their business and growing their company, You apply it to your life. Okay, for the past 2 years or 5 years, let me sit down. What have I been doing? What has transformed? What has changed about me? Trust me, you ask many people this question, and within 5 years, they cannot tell you anything that has changed. All they can tell you is, if I was to be in abroad, by now I'd be making it. And the question I always ask them is, okay, you yourself tell me, the past 5 years, what have you done that will show that things are supposed to be different? And the next answer is anger. What do you want me to do? Do you get it? Sometimes when you sit down, reflect your own life. Ask yourself, within 5 years, what have you done? What do you think you've done that can open a door for you? I think we can even, I'll pause for now, we can reflect just right here. Who can tell me that, okay, maybe within the past 5 years, I have done this to ensure that today I'll be better, but I'm still at the same place. I'll go first. I'll give myself an example. I was like, see, I talk about self-improvement, I talk about this. In aviation career, our field is a bit totally different. So let's say maybe you go to uni to go and do your master's. It has nothing, it has your PhD, whatever. It has no relation to, how do you call it? Your aviation field. Because the aviation courses are also different on its own. And when I started to go back to school, I was like, one day to encourage my children to know that it's important, I said, okay, let me go back to school. Let me improve myself. You get it? Okay, I've been doing this business for a long time now. What other things can I do alongside? Okay, I want to branch into a different field. So because I realized that if for the past 5 years you have been doing the same thing, how do you expect to get different results? It's not magic. But an entrepreneur always thinks of new innovative ways. So you see the phone you are all chasing for. Why do you think every year Samsung is bringing new type, Apple is bringing new type? Innovation. And you see people rushing to buy it every year. If somebody is using this, I nearly got into trouble the other time. I told someone that the way you upgrade your phone every year, if you were to upgrade your brains that way, it will benefit you. And the person got angry. And I was like, oh, maybe how I put it is not good. But I'm trying to let you know that how you chase you don't want it to be said that there's a new gadget in town and you're using the old model. You want the latest one. So how come you don't upgrade your life the same way? Because how you've been doing things since I knew you about 4 years, 5 years now, is the same way you do things today. How you can argue with someone unnecessarily is the same thing you keep doing. I mean, if you should be able to see improvement in your life, let's say 5 years ago, I can argue with you that it is possible, this. But today, if you tell me it's not possible, I'll tell you it's true, it's not possible. Because I've come to realize that you don't waste your time with certain people. Now, I prefer to argue or encourage people who come for, let's say, you're in this session right now. It tells me that you are willing to learn. But I won't come to you and come and tell you that what you are doing, it always brings trouble. It always brings trouble. When you first, I'll see somebody that I can take phone, I'll call a friend. Oh, I think this thing you are doing, do it like this. The troubles I got into. But 2 years now, when I said, henceforth, I'd rather focus on myself and those in my office, and maybe those who come for these sessions, I've had peace of mind. You understand? I've had a nice peace of mind. If somebody calls you now and tell you that this, Ghana is hard, it's true. If you leave, it will help you. Somebody will say why I said because if you advise certain people, you rather incur their wrath. But if the person comes and says, I'm tired of how I'm living, I want to do better and live better, how do I go about it? Then you know this person is what? Open for change. Then you can offer your advice. But the person sitting somewhere living his life, and then you go trying to transform the person. Basically, you have to say, when not asked for advice, learn not to give. That's something many people learn the hard way. When you've not been asked for an advice, learn to keep quiet. It's something I learned the hard way. You understand? So every year you should see change. When I look back 5 years from now, I can tell you of many changes that I've seen in my life. But the question is, when you also look down into your life, what are the changes? What are you doing? What have you, okay, let me say, what are you doing today that you think in 1 year time or in 2 years from now, you should expect this money or see this breakthrough? This one we are all talking, free flow. What are you doing today that a year or two from now, you know I'm supposed to get this breakthrough? Anyone?
I am I am learning or I'm practicing now to be better. I think hopefully by the end of this year and then there's years ahead, is that now I'm being particular about my spending behavior. Like I'm not just buying, I'm not just spending any, I'm being strategic, or I have put plans in place now or structures in place concerning my finances. So it's not every money I spend, and it's not every, like I'm not just depending on one source of income. I'm trying new things each and every day to find other business environments where I can let me say establish myself in terms of business wise too. So I can say that these two areas, my spending behavior and also looking out for other business areas to invest in.
Any other person? Please, we are all learning together.
Okay, for me, thanks to the mentorship training, coach asked what are some of the things that we can do aside what we are already doing to maybe generate more like income. So I love like natural hair. I love natural hair products. So I started, so back then I used to do it for free for people to try. So this, like within this short period, what I've been able to do was one, like sit down and then take account of what I can produce. That's in the hair care line. So like my shampoo, the conditioner, the leave-in, and also the hair moisturizer. And I'll say that I've put in plans or structures in place to produce them on a large scale. But before that, thanks to Captain's book, I also learned that I can seek for people's, I will like say, look for customers before I start production. So I already have people who have placed order. So what I'm doing now is to just deliver to them, ensure that the quality that I have promised them, I'm able to give them what exactly they are paying for. So that's what I've been able to do. I know that within 5 years, I've been able to take like maybe part of the market share to sell my product and also make a name for myself.
Okay.
Like I may say a talent, so that I will sell them, because right now I have a job that I'm doing. But aside that, I noticed that there are other avenues I can excel. And I started contacting people who are in those areas where they can need my service.
Grace, you want to say something?
I remember I want to go in the same line with my sister. When we started, you asked us, what business or activity do you want to do aside what we are already doing, so that in the next few months or years to come, we'll be able to say we've seen a good improvement. So from that time, I told you that I was in the translation business. That is linguistic and translation business. So I started thinking, what can I do? Because in my field, I meet a lot of people. I say, oh, I meet this person in this country, I meet the other one in this country. Why don't I maybe seek something that I can get from this person's country and send it to the other person? So I started thinking that line. And as I was thinking, I started implementing it. And today, I can say that in the next 1 year, the export and import business that I've started can start working for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Mine started from 2020 COVID period, when we were all struggling for survival. So by then I was having some plot of lands around that I ignored, and I didn't think creatively or doing anything on those lands. So I left it in the hand of people to be exploited. So during COVID, I could see that life was tough. So I visited my lands to see that, people were working on the land. So when I went there, I didn't have any budget with them as per taking anything away or doing anything. So I came back and thought of, if I were to be the one working on this land so far, will I be suffering out of hunger and this thing? So right after COVID, I cut them off. Either you come and work for me, or I'll take my land and do my own work on it. So since then, I started my own projects on those lands, agriculture and livestock and everything on it. So per the livestock and agriculture, I told myself that, okay, every day everybody wants food, good food for that matter. So I started also thinking of how to open my own restaurants around and start using my livestock and agriculture products to start doing my restoration work over there. So actually, we working towards that. So aside that, I have my own job that I do, that is, I have my professional field as well, with my own skills, which I'm still working towards as per to develop or to open more doors aside that entrepreneurship idea. So actually, I think I'm not just working for someone, I'm working for other people, though, but yet I'm also in my own field as a small-scale business owner. Thank you.
Thanks. So the focus over here has to do with the issue that, see, entrepreneurs are always looking for growth, better ways to do things. So whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not, you need that mindset. So that mindset is about making sure that you are always doing something new, something different. For instance, you meet somebody, the person tell you that, I've been a taxi driver for the past 20 years. It's good. But that person doesn't have the entrepreneurial mindset. Because the mindset teaches you that driving taxi for 20 years is good. But it should have been like, I was a taxi driver, but now I own my own taxi company. I have 2 or 3 cars. People are working for me, and I'm also driving one myself. That is what the entrepreneurial mindset person will say. But somebody who does not have that entrepreneurial mindset will say, I've been a driver for the past 20 years. Do you see the difference? So the entrepreneurial mindset always challenges you to be better. It challenges you to be better. So for instance, that's why I keep saying that, of course, not everyone has a desire of being an entrepreneur, but everyone needs that entrepreneur's mindset. So let's say, for instance, you are working with company A. You know that company A, the highest position in that company is maybe operations manager. But that operations manager, when you go and find out per history, the highest salary they can pay is maybe 2,000 cedis. The entrepreneur mindset lets you know that, see, let me sharpen my skills so that in the next 3 years, I'd have gathered enough experience to move to a bigger company. You don't sit there complaining, they don't want to increase our salary. I've been here for this. But the company itself, their capacity, they've exhausted it. So the mindset always challenges you. See, the entrepreneur mindset challenges you to be better. So let's say, for instance, you go into the banking sector. You're a teller. No matter what, that's always you start, about 90% start from. The entrepreneur mindset quickly tells you that once they confirm you as a staff, quickly you find out what are the requirements for being a branch manager. When you know it, maybe they'll tell you that you need to have your masters. You need to have your ACC or something. Quickly, you start gathering them. So by the time you are 5 years in the company, when there is vacancy for managerial position or something, people are applying, you also apply. And you'll be surprised they'll pick you. I had a friend who called to complain that I'm tired, these my people, they are wicked, blah, blah, blah. I've served the company for like 8 years. I've been in it for like 12 years now. There's a managerial position. They've given it to a newcomer. They didn't give it to me. And I asked him, do you have the qualifications? He said, oh, but I have the experience. I was like, no. They don't work with, they work with requirements. Even the person employing is following bank procedure. It's like Ghana, to go into parliament, they say you have to be a full-time Ghanaian, not a dual citizen. So if you want to be a dual citizen, be it a mere ordinary citizen, but to be in parliament, you need to. So here it works. The entrepreneur challenge, so let's say for those who are in school, the students, develop, these are the benefits of having an entrepreneur mindset. The mindset lets you know that you already know what you should expect after school. If you finish school, for someone to tell you or to face reality, that means that you didn't have the entrepreneur mindset. Because the mindset is about being proactive, not reactive. So proactive means that you know you've been told there are no jobs in Ghana. You know that course you are studying, there's no job that when you finish, you will get a job to do. So quickly, before you complete school, you equip yourself with the skills that when you finish school and you present your CV, a company will say, nah, let's choose this person over this person. Because this person has skills A, skills B, skills C, before also being a graduate. Whilst this person has only, I'm a graduate. You understand? For instance, now, you don't even finish school without knowing how to drive. Because by the time you finish university, you are more than 18 years. So you don't finish uni without, because no company will employ you now and employ a driver for you. You get it? So knowing how to drive is a benefit to you because at least they know that, okay, when we employ this person, we don't have to employ a driver. But our graduates are finishing school. Then when they come out after 1 year of national service, Ghana is hard. Ghana is wait. What are you expecting? The entrepreneur mindset lets you know that, see, let me prepare. You know what your income is. Having the mindset lets you know that, see, if I don't do something now, in the next 2 years, I'll be in trouble. Because my expenses will grow. Hence, if I don't act now to increase my income, I'll be in trouble. But a normal person will sit down and the hardship will come and meet them and then they start complaining. This is the difference between somebody with the entrepreneurial mindset and someone without it. Let me share a story with you. I'm sure many of you heard a story. Well, I've forgotten, but I'll try to remember. But there's a story that said that, see, this security man was always complaining that we do all the jobs, blah, blah, blah. This guy, when he comes, he does nothing. Just drives in, goes to the office, sit down, relax, meetings, close, go home. And he was told that, see, if they bring the manager to become security and the security to become the manager, in less than 2 months, people who come to the company will stop at the gate and have meeting with the security man and go away. Do you get the concept? What they're just trying to say is that the manager, he is there because of his mindset. You are also there because of your mindset. They can switch it. But when they walk into their room, okay, good morning, sir, you're the manager. Please, I'm here to see you. The kind of words that will come out of your mouth, you say, who put this person here as manager? Who put this person here as manager? No. But at the security, at the entrance, how the person greeted them and communicated with them, when they are going back, they'll say, sir, your manager is not serious. So the security man will ask, what happened? What was the problem? How can I help? And they will know that there's a sensible person at the gate than in the manager's office. So when you see people at positions, don't just think it's by merit. Of course, what do you expect the manager to do? He is there to use his brains, not the hands. His brains are needed to keep things in shape, to keep the company growing and running. Not for him to come and type this, come and do this. No. If his brains are not working, the company will collapse. So he's being paid to use his brains. That's why some companies are there, it's mandatory. They give the manager a driver. Because on his way driving to work, he will relax and be thinking. So your level in life is all based on your mindset. I can use Michael as an example because he's a student. If Michael doesn't develop his mindset, you can give him 100,000 cedis today, and I can assure you that in 3 months' time, when you come back, he will show you the things he had bought. One will be a car, maybe gadget. Because the first thing that came to mind is what? Comfort. But when the brain has been developed, the first thing that comes to mind is invest. So that's how come you need the entrepreneur's mindset. Because that mindset helps you know that, see, you have to be proactive and not reactive. You see opportunities where others see problems. When you read Captain Prince's books, he saw an opportunity where others were seeing problems. When Noah was willing to trust people to give them money to manage their business, he saw an opportunity where he could invest in. That is what the entrepreneur's mindset gives to you. So when people are saying that Ghana is difficult, blah, 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 they are keen for visas and blah, 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 you are there saying it is possible. Let me go to the village. Let me look for a farm. Let me do this. Let me do this. These are the benefits. That's how come I can say from the beginning that not everyone can be an entrepreneur, but everyone needs that entrepreneurial mindset. In fact, you owe it to yourself to develop it. So our campus project, that is why now we are focused on the going to campus, because we want to help them nurture that entrepreneurial mindset before they come out of the university. The entrepreneurial mindset can be nurtured. You are not born with it. Yes, some people are smart, they have it, but you can nurture it, you can grow. And some of the ways you grow it are through reading of books, networking, hanging around the right people. So that mindset will be nurtured in you. If you have that mindset, you will not be bothered. For instance, even lately, you don't even bother yourself if you don't go to the university. Gone are the days that I didn't go to university, I'm late. No, forget. You can go to school anytime. I would even prefer my children chase money before going to university. Unless they want to become doctors, or what the field they want to be, you need to go to school. But if my child comes to tell me I want to study HR, banking, blah, blah, I'll say it's good, but please go and look for money first. As for now, you can do that one alongside. I started chasing money when I was in the university, and I'm so happy I did. I'm so happy I did, because it helped me to nurture that entrepreneurial mindset. So by the time I finished uni, I had that mindset of an entrepreneur. Job or no job, I was out there already chasing. You need that mindset. For instance, today I want to have a conversation with Mr. Muzu. Hope you don't mind, I can share a little of it open. Okay, so let's say, for instance, before we continue, who here knows how to speak French? How many people can speak French? Small. Okay, that's not even the question I want to ask. How many people wish they can speak French? How many people wish they can speak French? Oh, I want to see the hand. I want to count. How many people? I'm also raising my hand. Steve, you know how to speak French? You see, almost half of the people here said they wish they can speak French. Now, this is what the entrepreneur mindset does. Okay, how can I make it comfortable and easy for these people to speak French so that they pay me a fee? Now, imagine you have 10 people paying you 50 cedis or 100 cedis a month. That's how much? 1,000 cedis. If 10 people pay 100 cedis a month. And the plan is within 1 year, you can fluently speak French. At least the foundation to communicate in French, you will get it. Because to speak fluently in a language is up to you. Even the English crowd are struggling. Say someone tells you, I can teach you French to speak 100%, it's a lie. Because even the English crowd we went to school were taught in class. Still, there are English words that if somebody speaks English today, unless you go and take dictionary and be looking at the words. So you see, Mr. Muzu, so for instance, this is where the entrepreneur's mindset comes in. How can I make it easy for these people to speak French? So in the scenario that imagine 10 people are paying 100 cedis a month. It is possible you can even get 50 people who will pay you 100 cedis a month and like a 1-year contract, they will be done with French. So what do? You come up, this is the innovation, you come up with a way, what can I do? Okay, see, I know people say French is hard, is this, but I'll make it easy for them. So I'm developing a 1-year concept where they can fluently express themselves. So imagine you spend 10 minutes a day with each person on phone. Or maybe 3 times a week. Maybe 20 minutes on phone with each person. Okay, I'll teach you how to say, how are you? I am fine. Where are you going to? This. Like, you come up with the foundation. 10 minutes a day. You have videos too recorded on your YouTube channel. After doing 10 minutes with the person, tell the person, oh, please, when you are free during the day, kindly watch my 30 minutes video on the YouTube. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we have another session whereby I'll make sure to ask if you've mastered those words. How you would develop the thing that all the person needs is what? 10 minutes a day with you, or let's say 10 minutes 3 times with you on phone, and 30 minutes by online, and within 1 year they can speak French. Trust me, many people would want to pay you. Now, you go to them. You don't wait for them to come to you. You go to places, talk to people. Oh, I teach French, and within 1 year, maximum 6 months to 1 year, you can start speaking it fluently. Then there, you have the person's attention. All I need is 10 minutes. We'll do 10 minutes phone call 3 times a week, and then 30 minutes. I have videos online you watch. You'll be amazed that people will start saying, okay, how much? Oh, just 100 cedis a month. Do you get it? People want to speak the language, but no one is making it easy for them. No one is approaching. So the entrepreneur's mindset lets you know that, see, let me develop something. Let me say, for instance, when I started my gadget business, it was on credit. Because I realized that almost everyone wanted a gadget. But not everyone was willing to cough up the money or could afford it. So give them a flexible payment plan. And it worked. So imagine you are charging 100 cedis per person. It's about the volume. By the time you realize you have about 50 people, 30 people that are paying you every month. By the time you realize you are making money. Because people go to the school. I know people who have gone to the French school and they still cannot even express themselves in French. Do you know why? This is the difference. There's no personal accountability. They are taught general. Whether you learn it or not, you do. That one is up to them. You've paid your school fees. Teacher has been paid. He is there to teach. After 2-3 months, your course have come to an end. But when there is this personal person, you know Mr. Muzu will call you on phone. So after 1 month, when Mr. Muzu calls, it's no longer good morning, how are you? No, it is now good morning in French, how are you? Then you respond, I am fine. Okay, what are you doing today? This. So now, every day, when Mr. Muzu calls, for the first 10 minutes, it's going to be, how are you? What are you doing today? How was yesterday? How was work? And you also answer in French. Constantly. After 1 month of training, this becomes the constant language you keep asking. At the end of 3 months, that person now knows fluently how to speak, how to say, how are you? How are you doing? I'm fine. Yesterday I ate this. Yesterday work was okay. Now that person has mastered it. By December 1 year you are done. If the person goes to French country, at least, the time I was in Paris, see, if you can't speak English, the best I can do is to bring out my phone and type in English and use Google Translate and show it to you. But if I could express, I want this. How are you? I'm going here. I'm going here. It's enough, the foundation. So that's how the entrepreneur's mindset works. Innovation, always looking for, how do I make this easy and accessible to people? And you'll be surprised, you start getting people. See, let me say this, no matter what you do, there are people who need that skill. There's nothing that is useless. Everything that you do, there are people who need that skill. Let's say you sell fish, you do tilapia, or you do this. There are people. Yours is to find the right people. It will be difficult, but you will get them. There is no skill that is useless. Hey, you want to start a business. Maybe you want to braid hair for people. Don't worry. In the beginning, it won't be easy. But when you continue, you start meeting the right people. Do you know the people who need people who watch for them? Do you know the people? You'll be surprised that you put on Facebook, washing company. We come to your homes to wash for you any day of your choice. Kindly register to book. Per session is 100 cedi or 150 cedis. Trust me. Keep posting on Facebook. By the time you realize, people will start calling you. Oh, I need somebody to come and washing for me at home on this day. People always need any service you have. What you have to do is just to do what? Not to give up. So that's one of the benefits of the entrepreneur's mindset. You know that an entrepreneur does not give up. So having that mindset also means that never give up in life. So to make it simple, whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not, study who an entrepreneur is and apply who an entrepreneur is to your life. So we said what? An entrepreneur is a proactive person, not a reactive. Okay, so even whether you want to be a business person or not, how can I be proactive? Proactive means that Desire knows that I cannot pay my school fees coming August. So what would he do? He was not talking to people, friends, that, oh, I'm expecting some money, but should you not reflect on time? Is it possible you can help lend me something to pay my fees? It's about this in August ending or September ending. What can you help me with all? I'll refund it to you by September. You look at this story A. And now story B. Today I use your name. Desire calls. Please, I have to pay my school fees by tomorrow morning. If not, I can't write my exams. I need 5,000 cedis. Person A gave 3 months notice, 2 months notice. Person B gave 24-hour notice. Which one will you take serious? The first person. So you see, you have to learn how to be proactive. For instance, pregnancy is not an emergency. In fact, let me not use pregnancy. Childbirth is not an emergency. Should I say, let me use childbirth. Childbirth is not an emergency. You had 9 months to plan for the baby. See, it's just to someone that see, the issue is not that what you are going through is people don't. No. We all face hardships. Truth be told, we all face it. But being a proactive person lets you know that whether you need help or not, you know ahead of time and plan. Why do you come and call me within 24 hours and say, if I don't pay the hospital bills, they won't deliver my child for me? Come on. We did overnight. If somebody will call, I need 3,000 cedis. There are times that sometimes you take your phone, you just say, hey, what can come. And just go and sleep. Because you have about 20 people who all need 12 hours miracle. So the question is, how do you meet all of them their needs in one day? So that's why I'm advising someone that paying school fees, childbirth, these things are not emergency. These are not emergency. And anybody who has been part of this mentorship class from last year should know that we talk about emergency fund saving. This. So if you come to me and ask you what happened to your emergency fund, why were you not practicing it? Do you get it? So an entrepreneur mindset teaches you to be proactive. You start thinking ahead of time. Those who are students here, you know you finish school maybe in 2 years or 3 years or 1 year from now. You start building your networks now. You start building your networks now. So if you know that, okay, see, right now we are in the internet world, social media era. If you're a university person, maybe before you finish school, make sure that you master social media. When you go online, Udemy, they have social media manager courses. Courses on it, free. You can learn how to be a social media manager. It's one skill you can learn for free. So when you're writing your CV, you put it there, social media. Even before you finish school, you can offer people, the people that you can work for them for free to manage social media. When you grow it for them, it becomes, you add it to your achievement. Oh, what are the skills needed lately? Okay, let me learn graphic designing. Let me learn this, let me learn this, let me learn this. So that by the time you are done with school, when you are submitting your CV, the entrepreneur's mindset that you learned about has taught you to be proactive. So by the time you are done with school, when you are submitting your CV, if you did human resource, you say degree, human resource, skills obtained, graphic designer, photographer, social media manager, this. And the company will be like, the one I used to employ you, that you are just a graduate, and the same graduate who has these skills, at least let me employ person B, because this person I won't pay for graphic designer. It can help me free. This person can manage our social media, our page on social media for us. We won't pay him any extra money. So you come equipped, full package. That's where the proactive spirit comes in. But when you're reactive, you enjoy school, you go for weekend beach, weekend chilling, you go for all of them. Now when you're done with the university, you come home. National service is waiting for you. So still, your thinking cap will not work. After national service, when they say, oh, you go home, we will call you. And you're home 3 months, 4 months, and you realize, and you so won't you go and look for a job? That's when you realize that reality is staring at you. You are not a proactive person. That is why we want to go to the campuses to learn and see. Though they say Ghana is this, there are opportunities in Ghana. You just have to start early. You have to start early. So having an entrepreneur's mindset helps you. You know that, okay, see, I will need this thing in 1 year time or 2 years time. You start preparing for it now. A proactive person prepares for a situation before it appears. A reactive person waits for it. Entrepreneurs are never reactive. They are always proactive. So having the entrepreneur's mindset gives you the ability to plan ahead. Where people see challenges, you see what? Opportunities. Oh, this is, no. You sit down and think. That's what an entrepreneur does. They sit down, think. Then all of a sudden, boom, they come out with a solution. So the way you criticize other people's product, learn to criticize your life that way. Sometimes sit down and separate yourself from your life. And put yourself down. Maybe you can take a chair. Sit down and say, this is Edna. Today I'm going to judge Edna. Like the way I judge Coca-Cola or judge Apple product. Some people can criticize a product and let you know the short form, all those things. Sometimes see your life as a product. Put yourself in a chair and review yourself. That if you had money and you were for sale, would you buy yourself? Do you get it? Constant. That's what entrepreneurs do. Always focusing on growth. growth, growth. Nobody claps for you twice for the same thing. That's how come they're always promoting, doing adverts, always, always. So we need that mindset. You need it. When you have it, it helps you to what? Become a better person. And in becoming a better person, what happens is what? Doors begin to what? Open for you. Forget about your present. What matters is where you are going. I always tell people, I always tell people that, see, if today you cannot pick Trotro from Medina to Circle, maybe you have to walk from maybe Medina Zongo Jashi to Legon, so that you pick Trotro, that is fine. But if after 1 year, 2 years, you are still doing the same thing, that should tell you that you are going backwards. But maybe you couldn't pick Trotro from Medina to Circle. You have to walk 20, 30 minutes so that the fare will drop. But now you can pick from Medina to Circle comfortably and pay. And say, mate, keep the change. It tells you are progressing. Then a year later, you realize that, oh, right now, sometimes in a week, you pick Trotro 3, taxi 2. You are what? Progressing. Then right now, it gets to a stage, it's only taxis. They realize, when you look back, you say, hey, 3 years ago, I couldn't have picked taxis the whole month. I had to walk 1 hour or 30 minutes so that I can pick. But today, it's only taxis I'm picking. Then the other year, you aim that, right now I have to own a car. By the time you realize you've bought a car, then you'll be like, 5 years ago, I couldn't pick Trotro. Today, I own a car. That is progressiveness. That's what entrepreneurs do. That's how come if you go and take the first Apple phone, it is not the same as today. So let's imagine, okay, let's do a simple question. Let's all answer. Imagine you were, how do we call it? An Apple phone. The first generation phone, how do they call it? We are now on Apple 15, right? I don't know if the first one was iPhone 2 or iPhone 1 or whatever. If today, let's speak the truth, maybe which one will answer this question for us? If I give you iPhone 1 and iPhone 15 Pro Max, which one would you take? Okay. So now, look within yourself. Look at your life. Ask yourself, how have I evolved? How have I evolved over the years? You understand? How have I evolved? I think this, Edna, please help me with paper. Some people will not be able to talk, but I think some of these things, you answer it and keep the paper yourself. When we are done, we can talk about it. How have I evolved? Ask yourself that question. Sometimes it's not about asking God, why me? Sometimes you are the answer to the problem. How have I evolved? What have you, did you just grow or you evolved? Are those who want? Or those who have pen? Oh, we'll not take it. But maybe some people might not be able to talk. So just write these questions down and see if you have an answer. Right? When you go home, you reflect upon it so that you realize that are you the problem or Ghana is the problem? If you have a book or you want to write on your phone, that's fine. When you go, you can ask yourself, are you the problem or Ghana? How have you evolved? You understand? How have you evolved? Whatever you are going through today or you are doing, it is fine. But the problem has to do with the fact that you need to make sure you are growing. There has to be constant growth. That is where the problem comes from. So if you were earning 1,000 cedis 3 years ago as salary, and today you are earning 1,002, there's no growth. So quickly you ask yourself, what can I do to force out that growth? But people become comfortable. Entrepreneurs are not comfortable. No. They know comfort brings no growth. The water we drink, if you study, they keep changing the bottles. Ask yourself, why wouldn't they maintain the same old one? They know a different company will come, do a new one, and will capture the market. That is how life is. So, how are you also evolving? If you realize that you are not evolving, sometimes growth has to come with what? Look at your finances, your everything. But before you look at the finance, you first start with yourself. How have I evolved? What I was doing 4 years ago, am I still doing the same thing? If you are still doing the same thing, then where is the... All you've done is to go through time. You didn't grow. Some people are just going through time, the years. They are living like the year is going through them. They are not growing. But growth means that, let's say, 3 years ago, you used to know how to braid hair. You know how to do it. And you're working for someone. And you realize they're paying you maybe 1,000 cedis. 3 years, they're still paying you 1,000. The entrepreneur's mindset tells you that it is time to do what? To grow. You understand? It is time to grow. So each time I start looking for my own customers, working for myself, but sometimes you realize that 3 years ago my company was paying me 1,000. Today they are paying me 4,000 or 3,000. That means that company is growing what? With you. So at least it's okay. But there are companies that will not grow with you. They grow, you remain the same place. The entrepreneur's mindset lets you know that, see, to be proactive, you know that this company, so quickly, let me start looking for other opportunities. Do I start working for myself? How do I do? What do I have to go and learn? Oh, what is trending? What do I need to change? So once you start taking these steps, your mind will start opening up to new opportunities. But what people do is they sit down, same place, same thing, year in, year out, and then problems compound on them till they have no solution. Last, I was telling someone that, see, you have to go back to the basics and start all over. The problems you face, it won't go away overnight. You have to go through the foundation again. The person's like, at my age, and I was like, at your age, the thing is, you do whether you like it or not, new years are coming. If you don't take a decision now, 2 years from now, you'll still be calling people and be asking them for money. But is it not better you take steps today so that at least 2 years from now, you know that, boldly, I can now say, I no longer have to call anyone to ask for money. Right now, I can do it all by myself. But the question is, what steps are you taking? Where you are not taking any new steps, don't expect any new results. It's simple. That's the policy of garbage in, garbage out. you do the same thing, you get the same results. So a country called Ghana, our beloved country, they say opposition will bash government in power. Opposition will see all the mistakes. As soon as you give the power to opposition, the eyes they used to see the problem, those eyes will vanish. Now the government that has come to opposition, they will begin to see the problems. Talk. Then government will change power. Then the same thing continues. So now the hunter becomes the hunted. Then it turns over. It turns. But not so when I tell Ghanaian youth is, see, don't wait for any political party to come to power for your life to change. Take your own destiny into your hands. When government changes hands, it is those who are in power and their family that will enjoy. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if you've seen any policy that has been implemented so that it will transform the lives of everyone, you can be happy. You have to transform yourself to get what belongs to you. So you need an entrepreneur's mindset. You need it. Always think of growth. It's okay. Whatever you are doing now, whatever you are earning, it is okay. But the question is, what decisions am I taking today so that in 2 years from now, I won't be in this same position? Do you get it? If you are not able to state them, there should be something you are doing. That's why I keep using the students as an example that no matter what, you finish the school. Hey, if you like, do whatever you want to do. In fact, the school will come and meet you. The school will complete itself. Do you get it? The universities, they have 4 years. So they know that you enrolled 2020. This year, you should have completed. So they will complete you and start a new calendar. If you like, you stay in it, don't complete yourself. They know that 4 years, they are done with you. But the question is, what steps did you take to ensure that by the time I'm done with uni, I will not join the Unemployed Graduate Association? I've said it here several times that anyone that is a part of these sessions or our sessions, and you don't know, and you join the Unemployed Graduate Association, wahala. There are so many opportunities in Ghana. Hey, you can sell Hausa cocoa. You can sell wache. So many things you can do to make it. And when you have the right opportunity, like this kind of sessions we are doing, you learn about growth, about branding. I think the last session we had, it was about sales. You understand? It was about sales. So everything we are learning here, it is up to you to know how to do what? Package it and apply it to yourself. The last session, and every session, make sure there's 1 or 2 things you take away. The last session we had, we invited a guest speaker. What I took away that day that has stuck in my mind, that even if I don't go and play the video and re-listen to, what stuck in my mind is what he said: every potential person who calls your office line is a customer. So treat that person with respect, save the number, and later on you can follow up. So out of that sales session, that is what I took out. That any day, anytime you ask me, what did you learn from that session? I can easily tell you. So henceforth, if anybody asks me about what I do and my services, I won't look at the person and say, oh, this person cannot afford, so I will not mind the person. No, I will gladly tell the person, engage the person, and take the number, because that person can be a future customer. So everything we are learning here it will help do what? Shape us to become the best person we want to. Any questions? Mr. Muzu?
You said you advise a friend or a colleague, a friend to start all over again from the basis. What type of basis you are talking about?
So when you say the basis, it has to do with from A to B. So let's say, for instance, you are not earning any money. The bit has to do, what can I do to earn money? So does it mean maybe it is selling something, it is doing something. Then when you get it, now the things you are learning, okay, right now I've gotten a job here, maybe I'm a security man, I'm selling watch, I'm doing something. All that matters is having to do then now, how do you improve yourself? How do you upgrade yourself? A step at a time. So maybe this year you were a security person earning maybe 800,000. But the question then becomes, what do I need to get a job, maybe in an office work? You find out the requirements. Maybe, for instance, no, you have to go to school. Or even with the same security, that mindset you've developed, how well do I carry myself so that people would know that, this is a security with a difference. Because the breakthrough will happen overnight. You won't get rich overnight. So going back to the business has to do the father, you have to go through the steps. I think we talked about the steps here several times. You have to go through it, find something to do. When you find something to do, the next thing is, how do I improve upon it? When you improve upon it, the next thing is, now how do I upgrade? So let's say somebody will go and say, I want to be a security person. That person is a security man because right now he needs income. Maybe they pay 500, 600 cedis a month. He does savings for 4 months. Talks to someone that, I want to go to driving school. The person says, okay, fine, I'll support you. He goes to driving school, learns how to drive. After some 1 year, he has mastered driving. Then right now, he starts looking for taxi work and pay or to work for somebody. So what has the person done? He went back to the basis. He took up any job. When he was making money, he asked himself, how do I upgrade myself? And realized the only option available for him is that maybe he has to learn how to be a taxi driver or even a truck driver. And once he becomes a truck driver, the next thing is, okay, now how can I look for jobs? Let me send jobs around. Unlike someone that will sit there and always complaining and calling and asking for money, please, can you give me money? Please, can you give me money? No. So long as you have strength, it's never too late to go back to the basis and start. So long as you have the strength, it's never too late. So that the basis has to do with the person starting with the basic foundation of life, which is finding something to do. Because sometimes the problems of life makes us feel that, see, I need a big opportunity. One time big opportunity. So maybe a company has to employ me and pay me 30,000, 60,000 cedis once. But if you come and tell the person that go and do a job that will pay 500, 600 cedis, are you normal? Looking at my problem, I have children's fees to pay, blah, blah. No, the best I can tell you is you have to go back to the basis. And now, there's almighty solution people have now is Japa. They have to travel and leave the country. Fine, either what you want to do, no problem. But the issue is, you are not getting the visa. Why do you sit home and keep trying every year? Whilst every year you are trying, why don't you also try it alongside to be upgrading yourself? Instead of moving from one place to the other, some people, all they do is they work, gather the money, go and pay a visa person. When they chop the money, they go back, work, gather, look for a different person. But it has never crossed their mind that, in fact, this money I'm gathering, let me upgrade myself. The normal instinct is to look for shortcuts. You understand? Shortcut. But that shortcut sometimes too can be deadly. Sometimes you just have to accept that, okay, let me go back to the basics. Let me start from the foundation. And always the foundation I talk about is what? Always finding something to do. 1, after you found something to do. 2, upgrade. How do I upgrade? Then, like I said, the entrepreneur's mindset is a mindset of growth. Every entrepreneur, every product, they always start with 1. Then they do what? When people begin to buy it, they now begin to do what? Upgrade. So like how Nkate Burger came, they upgraded it. Then right now you can even count the granules in it. That's their innovation and their upgrade. You understand? Now you can even count the granules in it. That's the upgrade. They are helping you to stay healthy. Do you get it? So that is the basis. No matter how hard life hits you, there's nothing you can do than to start all over again. If you have the qualification and expertise, of course, then you can go and look for a better opportunity. But sometimes you start all over again. And in starting all over again, it always has to do with finding something to do, and then now upgrade, and then finally, boom, you get to the place you want to get to. I think the owner of KFC, the founder, he found KFC, I think, is it 65 or 75? One of the ages, 65 or so, one of them. So sometimes that tells you that it's never too late. It's never too late. The sad part is, okay, I also said this thing, entrepreneurs don't give up. An entrepreneur never gives up. So having an entrepreneurship mindset lets you know that you cannot give up. But the sad part is that what? Many times we give up on ourselves. See, the problems of life can beat you to the extent that you just give up and accept anything. But in not giving up means you wake up, you go out there. I always say the basics is find something to do. I've always said that find anything here, trotro mate, trotro driver, car washing bay, anything, so long as you know how to develop the entrepreneur's mindset. As I was telling someone that you find me working at the washing bay, I can assure you that by the time you come back in 6 months, I'll be the manager of that washing bay. And maximum in a year or 2, I should own my own washing bay. Is that? It's the mindset. So going back to, because I'll come to you shortly, going back to the basics, all has to do with making sure you are willing to learn. Sometimes I even challenge people and say, see, you've been picking trotro for how many years now? Challenge yourself. In 2 years' time, no more trotro. You are either owning your car or taxis. You are picking only taxi. And it means that in challenging yourself, you ask yourself, what other business can I do? What other this thing can I do? People become so comfortable. That's the problem. Entrepreneurs are not comfortable people. They are always looking for growth. So if let's say you've been with us for like 1 year now or 2 years now, of course, maybe let's say you're a doctor. Of course, you cannot go and resign your doctor job. But you know how much you are earning from it. So the question is, what else can I do aside being a doctor? So that can lead to starting a business or doing something. So Mr. Peter, are you okay? Yes. Okay. Grace?
When you talk about we should not give up, assuming you start a plantain business, you push, it couldn't work. And then you move from plantain to granite. Can that be equated to giving up
No.
on the plantain?
No.
Or giving up on your dream?
No, you didn't give up. You only diversified. Giving up means you stop all of a sudden. I won't do this thing again. Right now, I'm going to travel. I'm going to look for a job. Then let me go to work and sleep. When they finish, they pay me, so I come and sleep. But you realize plantain won't work for you, so you look for a different business and you go. So as a businessman, you know I cannot stop. There's this funny story. There's a guy, one of our colleagues at airport, had a serious problem and he was taken to Counterback. After 1 week, he was released, and a friend asked him, so what would you do now? I hope you stop those things. And he said, I should stop and go and sell tomatoes. So meaning, what took him to the Counterback, he is coming back to do the same thing. He will go back again, so he doesn't care. So, like, the question was, should I stop and go and sell tomatoes? You understand? So it's more of like, giving doesn't mean that, oh, you start a business. See, we all have different visions, different talents, different abilities. This is not working for you. But somebody else is doing that business and it's working for them. Maybe with you it's not working. So maybe you want to divest into a different thing. That is okay. What matters is you keep going. You stop planting to try yam, to try this. What is happening is, over time, it builds up that your entrepreneurial mindset. It builds it up. So, for instance, I think we spoke over here sometime about, if you've noticed one thing, out of all our sessions, I hardly talk about treasury bill and those kind of things. Steady. You hardly hear me talking about doing treasury bill, doing this kind of investment, those kind of things. You hardly hear me talking about it. Do you know why? It's better you try and fail when you are young and growing than to think of safety. Do you get it? At least, maybe you have 10,000 cedis. Fine, you can put like 3,000 in treasury bill or 4,000 in treasury bill. The 6,000, try a business. If you fail and you lose up, no problem. Work again, save, put some to tomorrow away, invest some back to business. With time, you will gain some experience and knowledge that will make you tough for the world out there. Do you get it? Last year, I lost a lot of money. Honestly speaking, I didn't think I could stand on my feet. You understand? What I went through, my whole life of starting business, I've never gone through it before. But it has given me an experience that today, if I should go through such a thing again, I will sleep. You understand? I won't sit down and think. I will just sleep and put my phone away and sleep. Whatever can come, can do it. And come. Because I've been through it and I've realized that, you can overcome. If you study there are people that they dupe someone today. They go to police station. They come back. They come and do the same thing again. If we take them to jail, after 2 years, they come back. They come back to the same duping activities again. That's the negative side of not giving up. And so you have to apply that to your positive side. You understand? There's this popular person, I'm mentioning a name. After selling gold to people and it failed, they now come back with a new thing that, okay, buy a scratch card to check your details if eligible for refund or not. And I said to myself that, hey, so do we ever learn in this country? You see, yes, people did. Because, you see, imagine that that scratch card was going for 100 cedis. And he had about 1 million Ghanaians that now see if out of that 1 million Ghanaians, 500,000 people buy the card for 100 cedis. Do you get it? You understand? Buy a scratch card to check and get your own money back. So sometimes, and you know, a friend even called and said they promised to give them some portion of land, and so they were asked to pay something for documentation. He told them that, okay, what you are owing me, use some to do the documentation, so that when the land is settled and it's in my name, I can pay you the processing fee. And they said no. Do you get it? So sometimes this thing, it comes from experience. And that kind of experience, you don't get it by sleeping. You get it by taking years of going through things. That mindset that you people are saying, you are calling him whatever names you are calling, it did not come overnight. He has mastered it. You understand? So that's why I always advise people that, see, we are too young to play it safe. You see a young person takes all their money, treasury bill, and then they sit down, all their work, put it there. It's good, you are playing it safe. But sometimes, try certain businesses. You see, these things, it opens your mind and gives you an experience that nothing else can give you. You go and buy slippers to sell. You realize you fail. You lose your money. That experience you have gained, there's nothing I can say that will teach you that experience than you experiencing it yourself. Do you get it? Like somebody calling, oh, lend me money. Do this. Hey, anytime you start in life, all they say is, don't lend anyone money. It will never come back. But trust me, you will lend. But when after lending so much and they are not paying, the anger and the lessons you learn, next time, no matter how you are soft, if somebody calls, borrow me money, you say, I'm coming, let me call you back. Because you've gained a first-hand experience that right now you have the courage to say no, and you don't care about the consequence. So it's good to try things. It's good. Somebody will say, for instance, do you know the number of boutiques in Ghana and they are not selling? So imagine somebody who says, I don't have any money to start a business. You don't need money to start a business. Anytime you see yourself needing money to start a business, then know that you were not called for that business. All you need is the ideas. You go to somebody to tell the person that, oh, please, let me take pictures of your clothes. I want to shoot some people, or give me 2. People will try. You go, you sell it, you make your profit, you come back, pay the person gives you another 4. You go, you sell. That is you starting the business with that money. So I think that there are so many opportunities available around us. The truth is, know that as for the hardship, you will go through it. That's why I use the word that it is good you start early. If today I'm driving, who told you I've always been driving? Sometimes those days you go to Circle, you go and pick earpiece, you pick car, go to Tema, go and deliver, all because of 5 cedis or 10 cedis. But the question is, at that age, 5 cedis, 10 cedis, you can do a lot with it. So the students, Michael, I want to get the name correct. I'll keep using today. It's like today, Michael and Desire. You see, you are young. You don't have any pressure. In fact, the only pressure will be you putting it upon yourself to go and take a girlfriend. I will choose not to go and take any girlfriend. You don't have any pressure. Because at least somebody will take care of you to go to school. So if you go and do any business and you are getting 5 cedis, 2 cedi, 3 cedi, 10 cedi, forget about the money you are getting. What you don't know you are gaining an experience that by the time you finish school, even if there's no job, you already know how to make money. I can assure you that there are people that today they don't even know how to make 100 cedis. They don't know how to make even 100 cedis, generate 100 cedis. If you should tell me at least, I know how to generate, I know what I can generate in a month if I want to start from scratch. Because the idea did not come naturally because what? I've been there before. So all I have to do is to do what? Repeat the process. So giving up means that you've abandoned and you've accepted defeat. But when you fail this one, you go back, sit down and plot and say, okay, these people, let me tell them to buy card and check their destiny. That is a new form of business. The card option failed. Trust me, before year will end or next year, a new method will come again. So Chris, switching or diversifying doesn't mean you've done what? Sometimes you diversify, abandon that business. But later on, when you start seeing breakthrough or progress in a different field, you go back again to start because you have the passion and the experience. I was into gadgets. For some time I've abandoned it, but I'm now going back to start again. Because what? I've seen breakthrough in a different field. So I can go back to manage it again. You understand? Yeah. So it is not about all those experience, you need it. All those experience, it will benefit you. You need it. Before you become the king you want to be, after going through all this experience, it gives you the wisdom to know how to manage. So if tomorrow somebody comes to give you 500,000 cedis, the person knows you will not abuse it. Because the person knows you have the experience. But if somebody comes and gives that money with that experience, you will borrow somebody, you will lend somebody, you will do this, you will do this, you will do this. Edna, you're asking the question.
Also even shared another way. So I wanted to share with especially the students in terms the egg business, that is also an area where you don't need capital to start. Mostly you can just identify a farm or even someone who does the wholesale, speak to them. Just the same thing you use the boutique to describe. And then after selling, you can choose to sell on a like a crate. You can sell a crate or like sell it single eggs, and then you can earn a lot of profit on it. So I think it basically just to add to the idea of you being like there are a lot of opportunities out there that we don't really need a lot of capital to start.
So about the common sense, don't you think you can train your common sense? Or maybe we have the negative and the positive common sense?
About the common sense, what I'm trying to refer to is that life is run or lived not by common sense, but by experience. And you gain that experience through practice and reading. So let's say, for instance, how should I put it? I don't know what scenario I can use that would perfectly explain. But if somebody understands that concept too, you can give a scenario. You know, this is the thing about common sense. Okay, maybe, I don't know, maybe you are in university so you don't know, but let me use this other side. I think there will be experience. I'm sure somebody here has had broken heart before or is going through broken hearts. You know, you love this girl, but you know she's using you. Common sense tells you if you leave, you'll be in pain. So what? You will still stay. And then she'll be enjoying, giving you the format, stories. But because of common sense is comfort, stay. But experience tells you, go. You overcome the pain. You become better. You understand? So, I'll put it that common sense always protects our interest. It gives us joy to do the right thing. But experience, I think the chief people have a proverb. I don't know the proverb. They say, yeah, they're fatter and say they're here. In here, they're fatter. Okay. So I think common sense, if they can explain it in English.
Okay, so the here is what is needed. And at the fatter is like, is deserving or desiring like.
So let's say common sense normally lets you do what is desiring. But experience lets you do what is needed. So for instance, that's how I use the example of Chris that you have 5,000 in your account and you are hungry. You feel like, okay, you've seen this new phone, you like it. Of course, you have the money. It's not only 4,000 you are going to withdraw from your account or 3,000. You have 2,000 left. Common sense is like, buy it. But experience lets you know that you have to delay gratification. Do you get it? You have to delay gratification first. Common sense, of course, you are in school. Why are you stressing yourself? Relax. Do you know what tomorrow will bring? Do you know what tomorrow holds? Why are you stressing yourself coming from mentorship class? Enjoy your youthful days. Enjoy uni. When you finish school, you may not even know. Your uncle abroad will come for you. Or a company may even employ you. So why are you in a rush? That is common sense. But experience also will tell you that, see, yes, what you are saying is right, but it's not that way. Still do this alongside. Common sense, you have money, your cousin will come. Oh, please, borrow me money. My children are sick. I want to take the. Common sense, you show compassion. You will give. But experience also lets you know that I know I did this, no. You see the difference? So, common sense in a way is the right thing. I mean, when you went to school, in the rule book, they'll tell you, after stating all the rules, they know they cannot state the rules. So they also add that a breach of common sense is a breach of school rules. So meaning if what you've breached, common sense says that it should not have been done and you did it. If two or more people can agree that, as for this, common sense should have let you know that you shouldn't have done that, then you've broken a rule. So the thing with common sense is that common sense always is more of like, yes, you can train your common sense. But how do you train? As I said, what? Experience and what? Reading books. So that you become discerning to know what right decisions to take and not to take. But if you depend on common sense only, you may be in trouble. You may be in trouble. Common sense is more of like you are going to Tema and you see a car going to Tema. You see three men in the car. You are the only lady. Of course, common sense is more of like, why suffer to now? You have to walk from here to 37 to go and pick a car. And somebody is offering you lift. Common sense, free car, join it and go. But experience has taught us to know that you can be raped, you can be kidnapped. So imagine, if not for experience, a girl that has been brought from the village to Accra today will join that car. Because common sense, the car is going in a direction. But somebody who is in a car and be trained and taught that, hey, now life is dangerous, be careful of people. Is it common sense that you go to a party and you take your drink to the washroom. It's experience. Common sense, your friends are there. Leave the bottle and tell them, cover it and go to the washroom and come. But experience lets you know that, hey, something can be put in the drink. So what? You carry your drink and go to the washroom, or when you come back, you don't touch it again. You understand? I had an experience with somebody. We were doing a deal, and I was with a pastor friend, and the person got angry that, I thought you said this person is a prophet. And I said, so can't he discern whether the deal is fake or real? Why is he going through formalities? Of course, common sense, what he's saying is correct. You're a prophet. You should be able to see. But the prophet knows that experience has taught him that people are even scamming prophets. So if he doesn't follow due diligence. So the thing is, common sense is good. But you need to add experience to it. And that experience, it comes by training yourself. So reading books, going for seminars, listening to seminars and things, it teaches you to, if I come and stand here and I use common sense to talk, what I will say will be rubbish. You understand? What I will say will be rubbish. Imagine I've not gone to study or read or have experience. And I come, because he said I should come and talk, I come and say what common sense will. The common sense is me telling you that, okay, take your time, finish school. When you're done with school, go out there and go and look for a job. That's what I know. But experience has made me realize that it's not always the case. Now, in the situation we are in Ghana, it's better to plan life after school before you even finish the school. So if you finish school and you are facing challenges, you should know you are the problem. Because you had a chance to come for a session like this to learn. So experience is me telling that, hey, whatever life you want to live after school, plan for it now. Gather the skills, acquire them. Even I even tell people that, see, if you're a guy, maybe a lady, even a guy, if it is barbering, every vacation, learn a skill. Learn a skill. Imagine you are done with uni and you are still waiting for a job and you're not getting one. And you are good at barbering because you learn it. And you start talking to people, oh, can I come and give you a haircut at home or your children at home, blah, blah. Do you know how much money you make? I know barbers who make close to 10,000, 5,000, 8,000 a month. Ask yourself, how many guys are making that money? But the barbers making that money. Because everybody needs a fresh haircut. So what a rich man will pay is not the same as what a broke man will pay. Say the barber ends up barbering for rich people. Of course he'll be rich. By common sense, why would you go to school, uni, and come and say you want to barber? So that's it. You can train it, but you need experience. So you should balance it with, you balance your common sense with experience. So just before I forget, those in uni or those about to finish, there's so many opportunities. It's better you start early. Is it braiding of hair? Whatever you want to do, start learning the skill now. So long as you are in Ghana, you will need it. Now the money in Ghana is in the informal sector, not the formal sector. So many graduates have abandoned the formal sector and have used their knowledge, experience to join the informal sector. So that is how now the informal sector is growing. Because when the graduates use their experience and knowledge to join, they are rebranding it. So for instance, you dare not call a graduate tailor. You'll be in trouble. Fashion designer. You understand? He or she did not go to school to become, after university, to go and learn this and come and call the person tailor, seamstress. No. Fashion designer. So when he or she charges you, their price is different from a tailor because this is the difference. He or she has gone to school, is a graduate, so he or she has learned about branding, about being diligent. So he or she will take his time to make sure the cutting is neat, everything is decent, everything on point. Whilst a tailor will just sew anywhere, put it in black rubber bag and come and give to you. But because he or she has gone to university, I don't know that no, you have to brand, learn how to market. So how a fashion designer will present the final product to you and how the tailor will present it to you, they are now different. But now the tailors are also learning. They are also now acting like they were because they see what is going on. You get it? So that's the advantage of school. At least what you are being taught in school, you will need it. But also you have to add the other side to it. Sure.
I have a business. That I would like to partner with someone. Okay, because all alone I can't be at all the corners, to certify the business. So I need a partner to work with. So I've joined someone, I explained to him how the business is going to be, and he agreed. And later on, because me alone, I can't do that, so he has to cover me when I'm not around. So when I'm not around and he covers me, maybe behind me before I come back, he uses the money, he consumes the money, and give me stories. This is first experience. Another one again, it happens the same again. So will you continue to partner with somebody to improve in your business, or you have to do it alone? Even though if the business is huge that you can't do it all alone, how will you do?
Sure. The thing about partnership is, that's one challenge about Africa, or let me use Ghana because I'm in Ghana. We don't believe in partnership. But partnership works. You see, instead of condemning the idea, rather condemn the people at that time. You've not found the right partner. So what you do is to keep searching. You understand? Is to keep searching because, as you said, you can never do it alone. So just because one partner failed you doesn't mean all partners will fail you. No. Just keep on searching. And because of the experience you've gathered from this failed partnership, when you are partnering with someone else, you will know what to look out for. You will know what measures to put in place. You will know what to change and what not to change. You will know the kind of principles and agreements you have to come into. Understand? It doesn't mean that the idea of partnership is wrong. No, what it just means is that you have not found the right partner yet. So all you have to do is to keep searching. But many times what people do is that, because this person was wrong, that person will always want to do it themselves, and they will tell you, hey, life, never trust anybody. Never. But then sometimes we limit our growth because of what? Bad experience. I think during our conference this year, somebody asked one of our speakers, Mr. Asian, a question, and his response was, how many girlfriends do you have or have you dated? And the person said, I've had more than 5 girlfriends. And he said, when one disappointed, did you stop at there? You kept searching for other ones. So the same way, when one fails you, you keep on searching. It doesn't mean that the idea is wrong. No. It just means you found the wrong person. So keep searching and you'll find the right person. There are people, that's life for you, the good and bad people. Some people don't have the long-term vision. Some think of two. Sometimes you realize that people you started life with, 5-10 years from now, you will look back, God has taken you to this level and they are still down there. The taxi driver experience I used, there are people that have driven taxi for 20 years and they don't own their own car. Up to now, they are still driving for other people. Because what? They didn't know how to manage. All they were thinking of today, when you give them the car, They give you stories. Ah, master, the car got spot on the road to Tema. A mechanic came to check. They said this. So every month, the car owner is making losses. Then finally, the car owner will say, I'm selling the car. When the car owner sells the car, the taxi driver would have made about 20,000 cedis profit. Now, he thinks he's rich. He's in his account. So he finds a new taxi to drive. The money he stole and he's kept in the account, that's what he'll be feeding on. If 5-6 months before he finds a new taxi to drive, he would have squandered the money. In the new taxi he goes to drive, he repeats the same thing. Hide the money, the car owner gets fed up, sells the car, then he goes back to chop his savings. But common sense does not tell him that if I manage the car well and my partner or my master is happy, I'll also be happy and I'll have a job a long time. So that's the issue, the partnership thing. Never forget our partnership. But the experience you've gained, apply it to your new deal. You understand? So when you are going into a partnership with a new person, you know what to look out for. So you know what to put on paper. So for instance, you said the person squanders money, blah, blah. So you learn that, okay, in a new partnership, any new person a partner, the agreement is, oh, let's open an account. Two can sign. Any money that comes strictly, the money should go into the bank account before we disburse it. Because you are coming from a place that you know that somebody abused your money. So now you implementing the rule that any money that comes to company, before we spend it, it has to go through a bank account. You know your motive. Because once it goes into the account, before it will be spent, the two of you have to do what? Have to sign. So as for that one, whatever lessons you learn in business, no matter how bad it is, it doesn't mean it's bad, the concept, but just mean you met the wrong people. So you just have to pray for the right people. And you realize that when you keep searching, you finally come and meet the right person, and you realize that, I've now found the right partner. But the issue with we Africans is we so much believe in, oh, I own it myself, I own it myself, I own it myself. Self-made, oh, I own it. So we are not able to grow at a faster rate. Somebody is starting a business. No, I don't want to partner anybody. I want to grow, I want to own my own thing. Sometimes partnership helps. It helps because you have resources A, the person has resources B. When you combine, you become a giant force, and then you can do what? Move faster. So when you get a bad experience in this first partnership, at least in your second partnership, you learn lessons. I think somebody said in the song, he said what? Every man was faithful until he met the first woman. I think it was Sarkodie. He said every man was faithful until he met the first what? Woman. So it is women that taught men not to be truthful. You understand? Because they taught their lesson and then now they are also applying it. So the same way, whatever you learn, when the partnership fails, your next business, it helps you. At least you know who to call a partner and who not to call a partner. It doesn't mean you abolish the idea of partnership altogether.
Have you ever had a goal you couldn't complete? Well, chances are it wasn't a SMART goal. You see, SMART goals have three main characteristics. They're easy to understand, they're achievable, and they have a clear point of success. So let's break that down. SMART goals are specific, they are measurable, they are attainable, they are relevant to your overall aims, and they are time-bound. But that in itself doesn't mean much to you, so why don't we use that with a specific scenario or goal? A common goal that many people have is they want to be rich. So let's take a look at that one. Now, I want to be rich has a couple of basic issues. Firstly, how do I know when I've won? How do I know when I'm rich? what is rich anyway? Rich means a lot of things to a lot of different people. And lastly, by when? When am I intending to be rich? The goal, I want to be rich, isn't complete yet. It's still in its very early stages. So let's use the SMART acronym to turn I want to be rich into a real goal. So the first thing to use here is the S, or specific. Now for specific, we use the 5 W's. That is who, what, when, where, and why. And that allows us to really break down the goal into its core component parts. So let's get started with that. The first one is who. Well, in this case, it's me. I want to be rich. So that's that. The next one is what. Well, rich isn't specific enough, so let's break it down a little bit. For me personally, I think that to be rich, I need to have $5 million in my bank account. So I'm going to say $5 million. You might want to pick a higher or a lower number. That's up to you. The next one is when. Well, I'd like to have that $5 million by the time I turn 50. So I'm going to choose by the time before I turn 50. I'm a little sensitive about it, so I'm not going to tell you how old I am right now, but suffice it to say the when for me is before I turn 50. Where, in this particular instance, doesn't really matter, because I'm going to be working in various places. Depending on your goal, though, the where may become important. And lastly, we have why. Please don't skip over why. It becomes really important later on. In this case, I want to have $5 million before I turn 50 because 50 is when I would like to retire. So now if you take a look at that, just that, we've got I want to be rich versus we now know that it's me, it's $5 million, it's before I turn 50, the where doesn't matter, and why am I doing it? So that I can retire. Already this goal is starting to look a little bit better, and we've only done the S. So let's move on now to measurable. The reason we have measurable is because we need to know where the finish line is. We need to know when we've completed the goal. All right. So let's take a look at why. Let's imagine that as a boss, I say to you, okay, look, I want you to keep running in this race until you win. Just run until you win. And you pass a milestone and you're thinking, okay, have I finished yet? Am I done? And you pass another milestone and, you don't know when you win until you see the finish line. And that's the point I'm trying to make here, is that a goal isn't a good goal until there is a finish line. And in a SMART goal, the finish line must either be a true or false, it must be a yes or a no, or it needs to be a number. Because only with a true or false, yes or a no, or a number, does that work like a finishing line. And so in this case, we've got $5 million. $5 million is a number. If I've got $4,999,999 in the account, well then I haven't achieved my goal. The moment I get that extra dollar and I've got $5 million, then I know I've passed my goal. So that is measurable and it gets the tick of approval. All right, after measurable, we have attainable. For me personally, I feel that $5 million is attainable. However, you may feel that it's not and might want to set a lower number, or some people might say it's a bit too low, and so they might want to set it a little bit higher. The reason we have attainable is so that you don't lose the motivation for a goal. For example, let's say you have a staff member and you say to them, look, I want you to make $1 million worth of sales this month. Well, if they're only selling products worth $50 and they're not sort of selling on the internet via mass marketing, that may be a completely impossible goal, and so they'll ignore it. It's not a real goal. In this case though, $5 million by the time I turn 50, I think it's attainable, and so we give it the tick. The next one is relevant. The relevant is why I ask you to make sure that you do include the why in the 5 W's. Relevant means that this SMART goal fits into the overall reason that you're doing this. So in this case, we've got, why do I want $5 million? Well, I want that $5 million so that I can retire. All right. And so in this case, yes, $5 million is relevant to my overall sort of goal or aim of retiring. So for example, if I had have said that I want to have a Ferrari so that I can retire, Well, that doesn't work because that's not really relevant to me retiring. That's relevant to something else. It still could be a SMART goal, but in this case, $5 million is far better because getting $5 million is actually relevant to me wanting to retire. So in this case, that's a big fat yes. Next, we have time bound. Well, as stated before, we're going to make it by the time I'm 50 so that I can retire. So yes, it is time bound. So if you take a look at that now, we've got a whole bunch of the good stuff. And I can now take the goal of I want to be rich, and using those elements, I can turn it into I want to have $5 million by the time I'm 50 years old so that I can retire. And that is a far better goal than the goal of I want to be rich, which I think we can all agree isn't that fantastic in the light of our new SMART goal. All right, so just to be very clear, SMART goals are specific, they are measurable, they are attainable, they are relevant to your overall goals and aims, and they are time-bound. And that, in a nutshell, is a SMART goal.
See, that when we were talking about the goals, it summarized everything. They said it has to be attainable. You understand? So maybe you want to build a plane. That is your vision. But is it attainable? At the moment, no. Because where you find yourself, if you have the money yourself, fine. You can do what? Push and help it. But getting people to invest in you to build that plane in Ghana, that's where the attainability issue comes in. So if that is your vision, nobody is saying give up. Let's say Safo Kantaka. He's building cars in Ghana. Some say it's assembly, some say whatever he's building, he's molding them. The issue is that he didn't wait for anyone to come and invest in him. He has the means to do it. He started doing it before now he's getting the support. And now you see Kataka cars in Ghana. Years back when we were growing up, you see his videos. He has done TV, clap. Ghanaians were laughing, people were laughing. But today, Samsung and Co. have products that you clap, it comes on, light comes on. But this technology, about 20 years ago, I saw it in the Kataka video, and people insulted him, said, TV, I have to come and stand in front of the TV and clap for TV to come on. I have to clap for it to change. People were condemning, but today, people are now putting it in their product. I think I saw a recent advert on something, a TV, one of the Samsung, one of them or two, and the TV you had to clap. You have, as Kataka did something, you have to wave to put the TV. I think I perfectly remember that video. You wave the TV and it goes off. And the insult he got from Ghanaians, remote for Hanomwa. I have to go and take TV remote to put, once I can just put off, now I have to wave my hand. But all those gestures are today's innovation. But today, those days, his products were only him, exhibition. People come and see. But right now, the cars are in mass production. People are buying them. So I believe a time will come, we will see Kataka TV, we will see this. As now that we have cars that go to showroom to buy. The thing is, he has the means to fund it, so it's attainable. But the issue is that when your goal as an entrepreneur, whatever it is, sometimes, let me even use what we are doing now. Sometimes you have to pass through different corners to get to the main goal, because people may not believe in your idea to finance you. Today, imagine we going somewhere to say, oh, we do have entrepreneurship sessions where we are encouraging the youth, and after it we do item 13 and blah blah. Can you give us money to do? People will say you're not serious. Before you get somebody to support or sponsor the idea, it would have taken years. You understand? Even now, when those organizing seminars, blah blah, they'll tell you you're looking for money. You want this. So sometimes when you tell people that it is free, they're like, are you sure? You understand? It's a dream. It's a goal. at least God has blessed me in a different side, so I can do it. But if I was looking for someone to finance it before we do it, that one, you take letters to companies, they will not mind you, so you do what you give up. So always, sometimes the vision is there, but you may have to pass through a different corner. If I tell you that whatever we are doing today, it has been a plan 15 years ago, would you believe it? You say, well, if I tell you that it has been on a drawing board 15 years ago, and it's now that it's becoming a reality. See the waiting period. From 2012 to now, let's count and see how many years. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So like 12 years. You understand? So sometimes, as an entrepreneur, you have the vision, but only you have the vision. You have to believe in yourself first. Others will not believe in you, but if you believe in yourself, you may have to pass through other channels. You never give up on yourself. Have the vision down, but you have to pass through other channels. But sometimes also, you should know whether it's attainable or not. Do you get it? Whether it's attainable or not. As I come to use the word measurable, all those kind of things. The when, the time duration. You want to build a luxurious saloon. You have to start from a kiosk saloon. But well, maybe you don't want to start from kiosk saloon. God being so good, you've worked and you've saved some money. You can open the luxurious saloon. But recently, I learned something. I was talking to a consultant, and what he said to me is, you have the money to do it, but if you are talking to me as a consultant, I will tell you, don't do it. Start from scratch with 2 or I was like, I have the money, I can start on a large scale. Why are you telling me to start small? And he said, no. So we argued back and forth, and he said, okay, you, instead of 2, I'll permit you to start with 4. Maximum, only 4. After 1 year, if you want to expand, we will talk about it. He said, you just start. Get it? Because what he was teaching me was sometimes in starting, you realize this is not something I want to do, or I want to waste my money. So just because you can afford doesn't mean on a large scale, grand style. So we started, when I was talking to, just this week, talking to a consultant, and what I learned, he said, no, you have the money, you know you can afford it, but you start with just 1 or 2. So you open a luxurious saloon, you have the money, but sometimes it's good to start with the kiosk saloon, so that you get the experience of how, if your worker calls you in the morning, today my stomach, I can't come to work. You realize, if people come, who will do their hair for them? Then you realize, then it's time, myself, I learn how to do the hair. Today this customer, today this. So the experience you learn, it will now tell you, should I open large scale or not? Sometimes by getting the first-hand experience, you'll be like, this business is not for me. So basically, let's say we all always start from here, but this is how we see ourselves. So now, what goals are you going to set to make sure you get to the mirror? See, anytime I see this picture, it's a picture that brings to mind that it's a possibility. This is how he sees this is his current situation, but he is looking at where he will be. So many of you today, your current situation, forget about it, to discourage you. What to motivate you is the future you see for yourself. So the future you see for yourself is what will wake you up every morning. is what will get you going. So let's assume that we are all in this situation, but we see ourselves here. What are we doing to make sure that we do what? We get to that. What are we doing?
At least there are some things we need to have if you want to, reach where we are in the mirror. One of the things is that desire. And then another thing is that desire is related to never quit. I will reach there. And another thing is determination. Once you are determined, I may say the nature will provide the necessary element for you to reach if you are not, if you are determined. And then focus. And the last is faith. Believe that you will reach there. Thank you.
With entrepreneurship, in our level 300, was it 200 or 300? 200 last semester, second semester, we did, so we did some bags for bottles. Did you bring one? Okay, so before we complete uni, we have a business plan for enlarging that particular business. That's the BT bags. So that's what we have in mind for now. But
so I started doing it.
Yeah, we actually sell them once in a while.
It's not like a fast-moving purchase. It's once in a while.
And it's like the responses from our customers is also good. They like it. They like the style. They like how it functions. Yes, and sometimes they give us feedback on how to improve them as well.
So why are you doing it once in a while?
It's because we are schooling. Like, we don't get the time to always.
Sure? If I've been in uni before, it's one place you have the time in the world.
It's like the way the thing is, we want to learn and sew it ourselves. Because it's a bag, we want to learn and sew it ourselves so that we will not give the money to someone else to do it for us. So we want to take our time after school. Why
do you wait after school? If right now somebody is even, sewing and taking the money and you're making 10 cedis, 20 cedis profit, it's better than you wait till school, then you do it yourself. No. There are businesses that, let's say, I do now, right? Somebody takes about 70% of the profit. I only take 30%. But with time, gradually, I will take over totally. So that's where also comes to mind about integrity. I think our colleague here, he spoke about partnership, the challenge. That's why many people get it wrong. Whenever you are doing things with people, always focus on integrity and future. So for instance, maybe these people, you realize that, this person keeps bringing, this is where many people in Ghana, the young ones, actually, we get it wrong in business. You've realized that, this particular person keeps bringing me business. The question is, what I'm doing, is it so unique that the person cannot do it? If the person keeps bringing me business, then straight away your focus should be, how do I make it so cheap and open and transparent that he or she does not need to do it herself? But most people would see it as cocoa mine, charge you, do things, find ways and means to even take more money. But as an entrepreneur, you've learned about vision and all those things. You just laugh in your head. Because gradually, one day all of a sudden, you realize that, boom, you don't hear from the person again. And then you understand the statement that, Didida esin didi preko. He said, eating every day is better than eating at once. You understand? So sometimes, sometimes there are some ideas that somebody will take all the money and you take a little. Still go ahead and do what? Do it. What matters is you still being able to provide the service. As the service is growing, you can now gradually branch into owning it yourself. You understand? So if you are in school and somebody can sew and do all those things, and what matters is you are selling the final product. So as later as you know that, don't worry, I'll finish school soon. When I finish and learn how to do this, I'll take over myself. Or even you don't have to learn it yourself. You can employ somebody to sew for you or do it for you. So then you know that instead of going to outsource it, now you own the person. The person is working for you. Okay, I'll pay you this amount salary every month. Do this. So you don't wait. You understand? It's a nice idea. You start now, so you know that, by the time I finish school. So what happens is, by the time you finish school, this would have gained about 40% serious structure. So all you do is you just branch into it. So whilst you are out there looking for a job, you already have something you are doing that is generating you income. And it's even possible that it may do so well that you forget about going to look for a job. Because if you go look for a job, they tell you, I'll pay you 700 cedis or 1,800 cedis a month. You'll be like, even this is the business I'm doing, I'm making 1,500, 2,000 cedis profit a month. So why should I quit it? And why should I quit it and go and take up this job? So now that you're in school, it's best you put more energy. If you talk about time, as for time, nobody has time. So long as you're able to sleep more than 5 hours, that means you have enough time. So please, anybody else who can share with us?
Coach, please, I have a question based on that. So with this bag, it's an invention. I have not seen any bottle holder around. Probably there are others, but then I haven't seen any of them yet. So my fear is that this one that they are outsourcing someone to be sewing it for them. My fear is that there is a tendency that the person can steal their idea or probably offer the idea to someone else. So what can you tell them or what advice can you give them to protect this idea that they've come up with?
You know, no idea is unique. Those who, today where is Motorola, BlackBerry, Nokia, Siemens, they are all dead. Apple and Samsung, they came at a later date to build phones. Those started it. Nokia can no longer fit in the market. But years back, Nokia, the thing about ideas is, no matter what, someone will steal your idea. You cannot protect your idea. But the good thing is that the brain you had to develop that idea makes you unique. Do you get it? It makes you unique. Because it didn't occur to me. I can see it right now and steal the idea. But I cannot develop it to the extent that the originator of the idea will develop it. Do you get it? All they have to do is to register the idea. So let's say there are products that in the state of Ghana, you can patent. That one, when you patent, that means that, okay, it is originally yours. So maybe people have to come and buy from you before they can do what? Use it in their concept. And there are ones too that it's free for all. Like the water bottle company. How can you patent water bottle? You understand? But even no matter how people will still copy and do it in their own unique way. Patent means they can't do exactly the same. So you see the car seat belt. The car seat belt. That's an idea you cannot steal. I think it was Ford that founded it, but they made it free for all car manufacturers to use because it protects life. That one you cannot, it's an original idea. Lights, bulbs, all those things are patented, but people produce it. So that's the idea. People will steal your idea. There's no idea that it's original. People will steal it. Another thing is, if you like, don't do it too. You wake up one morning and you see somebody doing it, and you be like, hey, somebody has this idea. But the good thing is, we all have our market. Back then, it was something I used to struggle with. I have an idea, I think it's so unique, I won't do it. And I see somebody do it, I'll be like, someone has done it, I won't do it again. But what I later realized on was the mindset that made you create that idea is so unique that you can always produce more ideas. You get it? Do you know that people pay people to generate ideas for them? Some people have money. All they are looking for is whose idea to steal. Some too, they'll come and pay you. If you refuse to sell, then they steal it. Now they know you cannot do anything. But the good thing is to start, because we all have our share of the market. How many water bottle companies do we have in Ghana? But everybody have their share. If they launch this thing today and it's better and someone does it so well, what happens is the brand name is what they can protect. The brand name. So people now know that, oh, this brand is quality. Let me go to them. But somebody can copy and may do it better. But yes, so you all get your market. So as for the idea stealing, forget about people stealing your ideas. There's no idea that is unique. People will steal it too, but everybody will get their market share. Somebody started fried rice in Ghana, fried rice joints. And all of a sudden, how many fried rice joints do we have in Ghana? Uber came. All of a sudden, when Uber came, we have Bolt, Taxify, Yango, Shagzi, Little Ride. So nothing is unique. What matters is you having the passion to continue. Because sometimes you even find an idea, but you abandon it and move to something else. So you just have to do what? Start. So like you see what he just showed you, very beautiful idea what they are doing. So the question is, why do you want to sit down and finish school before you start? You understand? It's a very beautiful concept and idea, but why do you want to finish school before? Once in school, you rather start promoting it, because your business partners are in the school. In the school, you get free promotion, networking, all those things. You establish people, you know them, you talk to friends. Oh, share on your this thing for me. Talk to people, share for me, share for me. When you finish school, rather, it's difficult to locate those people. You now have to go and pay. No, in school, kindly share it, share the link, after hour. You understand? So it's a nice concept. I think we can talk about it and then support. The idea is that those who are in uni and are part of our team, the concept is to make sure that before you finish school, even if you get a job or not, you should be financially stable, so that there will be no pressure on you, because the pressure out there is bad. Especially those who have finished school fresh, and then when they come talking to you, sometimes you don't know what to do than to just tell them. When I use the word go back to the drawing foundation, it's the same thing. When they come, I just tell you, okay, so right now what do you want to do? Go and learn a skill. And it's painful when at that stage you want money. Because right now you finish university, you've seen your friends working, your friends driving a car, doing this, and then you come and see me and I'm telling you, what do you want to do? Go and learn a skill. Go and do this. You're expecting me to say, oh, do this, overnight you get money. It doesn't work. So now it's better you start early. When you start early, it makes the journey short. Because after uni, if you come and I'm talking to you, the pressure is different. You will not even want to listen to me. If you come and I'm telling you, go and start from the, what do you want to do? Go and learn a skill. And the skill will take you 1 year to learn. Your friend has called you. Hey, do you know what God has done for me? I've gotten a job here. They said they'll pay me 2,000 cedis a month. God, why me? But when you know the principles, let me share a personal story with you. I think about some years back, this friend will call. Tell me, I've gotten a job here. When I saw my pay slip, I nearly collapsed. I've gotten a job here. So, my mom realized that I was sad. Then she would come and tell me, don't worry, God will do it for you. I'm like, oh, don't worry, Mom, I know God will do it. At that time, I was a circle boy, going up and down, looking, selling gadgets, selling this. Sometimes you get fed up when somebody calls, Sally, I went for this, I've gotten a job. And you're like, God, why? So one day, I think I called a group of my friends when we were meeting. They were all doing well, working good companies. And I was telling them about this entrepreneurship thing, sharing ideas, telling them it's possible to make money. Like, Master, stop that thing you are consuming. Stop listening to this. It is possible, it is possible, it is possible, it is possible. Because those days, anytime you see me, I had this white headset. It was on my ears. I'm listening to podcasts and conferences that maybe some in America I follow. I'm listening to the speakers talking. So it got to a point, everything was possible with me. So when I meet them, like we are talking, telling them how to do this. You that you don't have a job, or your job is not paying anything better, you are here coming to, but today, I don't say it to boast, but today, I'm way better and ahead than all of them. You understand? I mean, it will take years for them to catch up. Do you understand? Because today they are still working for someone. I'm not working for anyone. Do you get it? And though they are working for someone, it's not bad, but they don't even have that entrepreneurial mindset I spoke about. That if I was to be working for someone, because of the mindset I have, by now I'll be in a managerial position. You see the difference? They have the normal common floor member mindset. I have to wait for 5 years and then they'll promote me to this level. Wait for 10 years and then I'll get promotion to this level. So by age 50, then now they can become manager. You know those government and big companies is by level to level. So you know by age 50, 52 before you can become a top shot. Why wait when you can live that life today? That's where the entrepreneurial mindset comes of benefit. Without it, so that's common sense. Why I always disagree with common sense. Common sense tells them, you know I'm with MTN. MTN, after 5 years, before they'll promote you to branch manager. After 4 years there, they'll promote you to sales, corporate, this. Do you get it? So, when you have that mindset, it lets you know how to rise. Do you get it? Yeah. So who else can share with us what they are doing to change the narrative?
All right. So for me, every month I try to learn a new skill and read one book every month. So that's what I do.
Okay, that's good. So at least he said with him, every month he tries to learn a new skill and read one book. So if he is consistent with it, a time will come, he will now learn how to convert those skills to what? Money. So then, with his own colleagues, by 4 years' time, let's say by the time you're about to finish uni, your colleagues' mindset, yours will be way developed ahead of them. Yours will be way developed ahead of them. So when you are talking, people will see the difference. Where you see how you will spot opportunity, they will only be spotting problems. You understand? So what you are doing, you keep up. You don't stop. Then now, after learning the skills, then okay, right now, I've learned about 4 skills. How do I make money out of it? Or how do I put it to use? Sometimes can you offer free service just to sharpen the skills? Let's say somebody has learned the skill of writing. The more you write, the more you get better. And maybe you don't have anybody to pay you. You can start right now on social media. Can you start writing free things on your wall? Like Perpetua. She's school of GIG. You can even start reporting news on your own social media page. Maybe for the first 3 months, only 1 view, or people will even condemn you or not mind you. But one day you'll be there and you get an email from this either TV3, Metro, this, that, oh, we wish to have you work with us. And you'll be like, whoa. So what? You would have realized that your entrepreneurial mindset that you had made you stand out. I was reading a post by this guy, Mark Angel. I'm sure we all know him on Facebook, those who know him. He said, when he began his comedy thing, right, I think he had the biggest in Nigeria or Africa, I don't know, I have to be sure. But I know for Nigeria, he's the biggest content creator. He said people told him he should stop being useless, he should stop wasting his time, and go and learn something better, and he should stop wasting his time, all that kind of thing. But today, the money he's making from content creation, that's how I talk about the entrepreneurial mindset. You know, entrepreneurs don't give up. Entrepreneurs overcome challenges. They are resilient. So if you start, let's say you want to start doing YouTube channel or post on YouTube, somebody tells you, now you stop that nonsense you are doing. You will laugh over it and you keep doing. One day out of nowhere, a door will just open. So one thing I want to also add is that in this era of social media, whatever skill you have, whatever you know how to do, put it to use. Don't wait for anyone. Are you selling a pen? Post it. Are you selling a cloth? Post it. Sometimes you'll be surprised that somebody needs that service you have, but they don't know how to get it. You post, somebody will call you, anytime I post something those days, anytime, out of the blue, I always get a call. It won't be as much as you want, but you start from somewhere. So now, in the era of social media, you have no excuse. Zamuzu, you teach French. You can even on your Facebook channel, Facebook page, French teaching. Today, we are learning how to speak French. 2 minutes. Today, we want to learn this, just post it. One day, you realize out of nowhere, you wake up, you have 500,000 views. Now, social media is paying. Then you'll be like, all these views. The question is, what do you lose? If you wake up from your room, you sit in a neat place, and then you use your phone, you do 2 minutes, 5 minutes video, and you post on Facebook. Oh, do you want to learn French? Or do you want to do this? Call me. One day you wake up and you realize the name Amuzu is known everywhere. If somebody wants anything concerning French, go to this guy's page. Make use of social media. Make use of social media. Everybody has their share over there. The universe has a way of attracting what you say, believe, or declare. As a lady, you should declare when you get married. When you want this, when you want this. Of course, you declaring doesn't mean you declare and sleep. You are working towards it. Sacrificing Saturday to come here is not a joke. You understand? It takes a lot to be here. So it means you are working towards it. But what are you working towards? If you come in and what you are learning is of no use to you, what are you working towards? So sometimes you have to declare, write them down. Okay, I'm going for these sessions to learn because in a year after school, I want to make sure that at least I can feed myself. So to do that, what do I have to do? I have to do this. Okay, then let me start learning how to braid the hair so that after school, I'll start braiding hair for people. Do you get it? You need to declare those things and then what? You work towards it. Right? I'm thinking of new businesses to go into because a year or two from now, where I want to be financially, I know what I'm doing will not help me get there. So I have to look for other ventures to enter into. So sometimes now you wake up, you are tired, you wish you can sleep, but you have to get up and be going. Your goals and visions will determine how you sleep. So when you said you don't have time, that means you've not added when. If you tell yourself maybe you have to buy a car by next year December, then you know the number of sales you have to do. So it will rather push you to do what? Work more. People think declaring those things, it has a power, it has effect. It's when I ask, when do you think you buy your first car? That means you've not even thought of it. So that means you're not even working towards it. Did we get it? That means you are not even working towards it. So when it happens that way, you will not see the benefit of the sessions you are coming for. But when you have when you have a goal and things you are working towards, when you feel like giving up, the things you are learning and hearing here, it will energize you to what? Wake up and keep going. You heard that, oh, don't give up. It gets better with time. You keep going. So please, let's all have something we are working towards. As I come, I play that SMART goal video. Measure. Okay, a year from now, who has any challenge we can use as a scenario? Okay, let me use a car example. Okay, you want to buy a car. First of all, you check, okay, the most important thing is what? We said the goal has to be attainable. Your first car, you don't go and say you want to buy a Range Rover. Your first car, you're going to look for maybe Ghana used car. Even Ghana used car, the least one, maybe one in a good condition. You talk to a mechanic or somebody who knows car, the person tell you, oh, right now in Ghana, a good car that has been used in Ghana, at least 45,000 to 60,000, you can get one. Okay, so then you write it down, 60,000 cedis. Okay, then now, the next concept is, what do I do to generate money? What do I do to generate money? Now, I have to work. Then this job I'm doing, how can it give me this money? Now I have to do another skill or learn something to do on the side. Then through that, whenever I need money, that's when the best ideas come. Because I need money for something, so how do I? Then the ideas start coming. Okay, then let me go and start doing it because that's what I know will bring me extra cash. But when you don't have anything written down, you will not even see the benefit of going for these sessions or learning or going online. But when you have them down, you will always. What do you think about this image? So let's all share our ideas. What you think about the image?
We noticed that there are holes after the water is poured in the bucket is coming out. So we must think about sealing those holes or avoiding having holes. Otherwise, you are building but not on a solid foundation.
So what I'm seeing is wasted efforts.
Wasted effort.
Yeah, within one person or in one place.
Wait, it's two things over here. From here, pouring into here. So examine it well.
So the effort is coming from the talent. From what I'm seeing, the effort is coming from the talent, but it's being poured down there. So that means the water falling into the is not doing anything. It's being wasted at the end of the day. Yeah, so it's wasted.
Okay, what I can say is that you have an effort, you can do something, but the talent within you that you have has been wasted. You are not investing into your talent to be fruitful.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I can say. Thank you.
Like the way we came here, we came and capture information. So after leaving here, we have to go and practice it. We shouldn't go and be wasting it outside this place.
Okay. Anyone again? Richmond. We are all talking. So in fact, let's go line by line. Just to line by line.
Personally,
No answer is wrong, because myself, I also don't know. I also share what I think. So no answer is wrong. At least by the time you all finish sharing, the one that relates to you, then you do what? So everybody is sharing.
Okay, so more or less like you can be born with a God-given talent, but certain or healthy lifestyle or habit could make you waste them, such that the best will not be able to be prevailed in you. That's how I understand it.
So it's compulsory to talk.
Yes.
All right. Well, I would say, in addition, that after you have acquired your talent or skills, there should be a good protection towards that. And afterward, the result shouldn't be wasted. You have to plant restrictions, or let me say security around it, so that nothing will take it away from you. Thank you.
I believe you all have something from God that can be said to be talent. But if we don't do a conscious effort to check on the loopholes that we have, that talent we have from God will go waste.
I think I'll just add a little to what has been said already. It's like we having talents that are not, will I say, maturing fully into what it's supposed to become, maybe the end goal, because of certain, let's say, indisciplines or certain out of character behaviors. So if we are not able to train ourselves, even from what we are learning at today's mentorship, we don't train ourselves to be able to equip ourselves with tools or with resources that can help us like develop that talent into something that would be, will I say, a blessing to us and also our communities. I mean that each time or each passing of maybe seasons or years, we will still be talking about I have this, but it is not doing anything, or it is not maturing into its full fruition. So that's what I have to say.
Okay, so what I have to say is the talents we are having must be protected. If we didn't protect it, that is going to be the habit or the attitude we are going to put up in protecting our talent. And if you didn't put up the right attitude to protect the talent, it is going to be wasted. Thank you.
Okay.
Please, I will speak Twi.
Oh, the language is allowed.
Okay. I say, who talent now unto find your juma. I say, talent na waste.
Okay.
Okay. Me too. Like your talent can be wasted at where you have settled yourself.
What I've seen is that from what everybody have said is good for, to me, bad habits will destroy all your potential or talent. So, from my knowledge from here, you need to deal with bad habits so that you don't waste your talent or potential.
Okay.
Okay, so what I see here is that there is someone who has a talent, but he or she is pouring it into the wrong basket. So maybe you need someone to guide you or someone to show you the way. You have the talent though, maybe you can't monetize it. So you need someone.
Okay.
Okay, so when you have a talent and you don't utilize it, it goes waste.
Okay, I think that's everybody has spoken.
Okay, you have the talent, all right, but your attitude will determine the productivity of the talent.
Okay, so I'll use myself as an example. So now we have the idea of selling out BT bags. Okay, so that's our talent. And then unhealthy habits like procrastination, laziness, laziness and all that can delay our progress and also not make us fruitful as we are supposed to be. Yeah.
Okay, so I would say that every individual or every human being, one way or another, was given a talent. So it's a God-given gift. So these talents I will term as raw products. They need to be nurtured so that if we put this talent into use, we can get some end product. So if we are not nurturing these talents the way we are supposed to, then we won't get the desired results.
I will also say that let your talent be useful and relevant to yourself and others.
Okay.
What I see in the picture is this: someone that has talent but is not being maximized due to unhealthy habits. Sometimes it can be in business that you have the ability to do the business, but your habit of greed, disrespect towards people, or the way you approach people, the way you talk to people, can determine how far your business can go or how limited you can be in business.
Okay. Thank you. I think what everybody said is correct. Everything makes sense. What I also just picked from this, wanted to pick for our next session is that what? Talent alone is not enough. So just to tell you that you have no excuse not to succeed. Because I hear people saying that, oh, I don't have any gifts, I don't have any skill, I don't have any, no. Many people have failed not because of lack of talent, but because of lack of character, dedication, self-discipline. You spoke about procrastination, all those things. You may have the talent, but when you don't have the right habits to protect them, you will lose it. So that's how you see they've named here unhealthy habits. So he has the talent, but the unhealthy habits are plenty. So all these things we talk about, self-discipline, character, dedication, persistence, they fall under the category of habits. They are habits that shapes a talent. So whether you have talent or not, if you have self-discipline, you have character, dedication, persistence, and all those good habits, you can become anything you want to. You don't need the talent. The talent makes it easy. Even recently, someone was saying that everyone can sing. The person made it so clear and bold that everyone can sing. There's nothing like this is talented singer. No, everyone can sing. All you have to do is there are people that have to train their voice, and there are those that naturally they can just open their mouth and sing. So talent alone is not enough. If you have the talent, and as Perpetua said, procrastination, blah, 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 it will go to waste. So I think what everyone said is what? Correct. It brings us to what I want us to run up the day with. I think within some few minutes, we'll run it up. What do we see there? Tap. Anyhow you want to call it, you can call it. Forget about the spelling. The spelling is correct. This is Immune Global spelling of tap. What do we have? Time, habits, attitude, and what? Pressure. Whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not, I've said it earlier on, you still need the entrepreneurial what? Mindset. And these 4 keywords. I will talk about it more the next time we meet, but I'll summarize something just here that these 4 things will help you get to where you want to get to. 1, with time. Time over there talks about we all have 24 hours in a day. It's how you use yours that makes the difference. Do you get it? Now, there are 2 categories of people. Those who have time and those who don't have time. And there's one thing I always say. Before you say, I don't have time, make sure what you are using your time for is generating money. If I tell you I'm busy, then that means I'm making money. If I tell you I'm not busy, then that means I don't have anything bringing me money at that moment, so I'm free. But if I tell you I'm busy, then that means I have something that is bringing me money that I'm so hot. So when I hear people say they are busy and they are broke, I always ask myself, so busy doing what? How can you be busy and broke? No. It's not possible. You cannot be busy and be broke. The two don't go. Lazy, broke. Busy, rich. Keep that from equation in mind. Lazy people are poor. Rich people are busy. You have to put your time towards good use. So it's 2 things. Either you are paid to use your time or you pay others to use their time. So for instance, you are free, about to finish uni or in uni. You have so much time on your hand. The question is, what can I use some of those time to do to generate me income? Yeah. That's it. What can I use those time to do to generate something? So with an entrepreneurial mindset, if you're not being an entrepreneur, the question is, what can I do? You can even offer to anything at all to do for someone. You see people, let's say for instance, in your community, you wake up in the morning, imagine you going around every house to knock and say, oh, I can be washing your cars for you. Don't come and tell me you're a university graduate, blah, blah. Nah. As youth coming up, you have so many free time. Imagine you wash 10 cars in the morning and you collect 20 cedis each. That is what, 100 cedis. Imagine you do it 3 times a week. But no, it was after school, when school is on break, we will sleep in the house, watch telenovela, sleep. Imagine you go around the community, oh, well, I just finished uni, I'm home doing nothing, I'm asking if you need assistance in the house, I can be coming by to help you, babysitting, taking care, blah, blah, blah. That time can generate you something. But no, they'll be in the house, sleeping, on phone. No. Entrepreneurs always think of growth. So if you have the time, how can that time make you something? I can assure you that by the time you start talking to 20 people in your community, or 30 people, about 2 will say, oh, okay, then you can be coming by on weekends to help me do house cleaning and stuff. When you are starting, the foundation we spoke about, the foundation, you don't care what you do, so long as it's legal. What you want is money. But today's world, but the foundation is money. So even if you're a graduate and you have finished school and you are home, all you are doing is sleeping and eating. Of course, if your parents are rich, or maybe let's say money is not a problem, then why? Because your father will not allow you to go and be washing for other people. No, he will not understand. But if you tell your father, oh, daddy, I'm doing babysitting for our neighbor, so he or she has booked me twice a week. Your father will be proud of you that, where did my daughter get this idea from? That I want to babysit for people in the area. Oh, I'm teaching their kids homework and things. So instead of sleeping, you see, these ideas, they come by through what? Having the entrepreneurial mindset and nurturing it. And I think on our next session, we'll talk about how to nurture the entrepreneurial mindset. So that you know that everyone at all can do what? Nurture it. Sometimes people ask me, so where do you get ideas from? And I'm like, I come in there will die. You've not, where you've been hungry before, you're always seeing opportunities. Like what I'm talking about, somebody will be like, this never crossed my mind. Imagine you go through the neighborhood, you talk to 50 people. About 5 or 2 will say, thank God, I've seen a sensible person who now can be coming to help my children do their homework. So you see, I put under it trust. Your time goes with trust. You have to learn to be a trusted person that people can trust. In the current world we are living in, people are evil. So the issue has to do with trust. But learn to be somebody that people can trust and invest into. Some of you need money for your business. You're not getting it because nobody trusts you. So you go back to why I always recommend The Richest Man in Babylon as the first book we read as a entrepreneurial session, mentorship sessions. You learn about integrity, all these things. You have to learn to be a person of a good character. See, the uni you are in, the friends you meet, everywhere, no matter where you meet them, you don't know which one of them will be a blessing. So make sure you leave good, good impressions with all of them. Let me say, 90% of the breakthroughs I've had in my life, they came from total strangers. That all I did was to offer just a normal service to. And later on, we became friends, and through that, I could ask for assistance, I could talk to them or ideas, share with them, and they connect me to people. But imagine I did anyhow with them. They're still like, this guy, I can't trust him, or he'll go and embarrass me. So one thing I'm key and very key on is everywhere you go, starting from today, you've not heard it before, but today you've heard it, make sure you be a person of integrity. If you are free at home, go and learn how to be a person of good character. Somebody people can trust. Yes, it might not come to you naturally, but you can learn it. Last, I was talking to a group of people and I told them that every day when they wake up, they should spend about 30 minutes Googling to learn about pride. Everything you can learn. Now, the internet is like a university. If you Google, how can I be a person of good character? How can I be somebody with good integrity? You read about 10 articles, you learn from it. Last time I was reading on pride, I was reading more things. I was like, hey, in fact, if they are to mark, then all of us, some will be 0, 1, 2, because things that I learned on pride, Sometimes even how you talk, how you sit, it all falls under pride. So these are things that you may not know. There are things we do you may not know, but when you learn and you study, you realize that, whoa, I have to change this, I have to change. So all these things you do it because you want to meet people, you want to be better. So you learn them. So some of these things, I learned them. And that's on my free time, I can just Google, what are some things that shows signs of pride? So when I read them and I realize, okay, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, then you get better. Do you understand? Then you get better. So learn to be somebody that people can trust. Because see, whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not, you need it. When people can trust you, they can give you their money. You have an idea. Nobody is willing to invest in it because they are scared of you. They give you money, that is when your father will fall sick or your auntie in the village will die. But your mother did not fall sick or die until their money got into your hands. No. Learn to be people that people can trust. People will take your money. As soon as they take, so a time will come, you will say, my money, is it bad luck money? Because as soon as they take it, that is when their daughter will fall sick. Whether their daughter, their mother, their car will go and anything at all. The excuses. But you learn that this is the human nature. Learn integrity is making sure you keep to your word. You keep to your word. Let me just chip this in. Last week we went to do donation in Winneba. I was like, do you know what? Let's cancel this thing. Or do you know what? Okay, Edna, let's go alone. Because Edna was like, oh, these people followed us to Winneba campus. Less than 1 week or 2 weeks, you're going to bother them again there. Let's just share it. Maybe those who will be touched to go, they will do what? They will. But once one person said something that touched me, he said, you never know who needs that help. Maybe that day that you plan to go there, God wants you to be there. So since you said you will do it, honor it and do it. Those who will come, those who will not come, will not come. But trust me, everyone showed up. And I was like, it's good we did not cancel. Because the person asked, are you canceling because of finance? I was like, oh no, I don't want to burden the team. But lo and behold, everyone showed up. So it taught me something that sometimes keep to the word, do what you want to do. So I was like, okay, now if nobody comes, we'll even go on our own. But everybody showed up. So sometimes learn to keep your word. When you give your word, honor it. If there's a challenge, go back, sit down with the person, explain, build that trust. But in Ghana, if you give somebody money and you stop calling the person, then it means you've dashed them the money. No. If you're owing someone, even if you told the person you pay back in 2 months and you're not able to pay back, go back. Let the person know I'm facing a challenge. I will definitely pay back. Please give me some time. Even if the person says it's okay, you can forget about it. Still make efforts to pay. Sometimes you know the person's Momo number. If it's a part of it you have, just send it. The person will call you and you say, oh, I'm serious. When I said it's okay, don't bother to pay. Then at least though the person has said, the person knows I can trust this person. So be someone people can trust. Some of you, the suffering you are suffering, it's not for anything. No. It's because no one trusts you. But in life, you will need people. So that people can invest into you. See, when I say you don't need money for business, it's true. All you need is an idea. When you have the idea, you develop it, you can go around and talk to people. Somebody will, by all means, buy into the concept. But the issue is nobody wants to buy into your concept because what? You are not a trustworthy person. So what? That's how to do with time and what? Trust. Now the habits. Habits, we've talked about this already. The self-discipline, good character, dedication. These are habits that you form daily. Every day when you wake up, what habit are you learning to master? What habit are you learning to master? Oh, I will do this. You do it. Oh, I will be at mentorship session on this day. Oh, if there's an emergency, fine. But you wake up that morning, this weather is good for sleeping. Oh, forget. Whatever they are saying there, I won't go. No. These habits, you form them daily. If you say, I will be there, and it's not because of emergency, you have to be there. When you are there, what you don't know is you are building the spirit of consistency within you, that procrastination is leaving. As Edna said, we've been busy for months now. Honestly speaking, I wish today's session would have cancelled it. You understand? Because we have been busy for a long time now. Saturdays, we've always had something to do. And during the week, Monday to Friday too, so many things to do. So it's like, hi, today. But I see the amazing people here. So imagine we had cancer. So you see, but sometimes because what? When I share, I also learn. I said, no, we are supposed to meet every month. If we don't meet today, then gone to like August. That means we skip July. No. We said every month. So come with me. This is the only free Saturday in July. That's how we put it on today. So, you understand? But if it was to be at first, oh, don't worry, we can't meet this July. We'll put it in August. But no, we said a meeting once a month. So because I also want to form good habits, I maintain it that, okay, if we can't meet the first Saturday, the second one, hey, if we miss this one, there's no other free Saturday in July. So it has to be this one. So a time will come, you build up your words that, oh, you maintain it. So good habits, it takes time. Oh, I'll be here at 10 a.m. By 9 a.m., you are seated. But as Africans or Ghanaians, Ghanaman time. But lately, as a new crop of people, don't practice Ghanaman time. If program will start 10, it means 1 hour or 30 minutes be there. Not 2 hours after. Form that habit. Be time conscious. The era we are moving into now, see, trust me, there's a new crop of people in Ghana now, especially those rising to the top. Don't miss an opportunity. If somebody tells you, okay, we'll meet tomorrow at 10 a.m., don't think it's Ghanaman time. You'll be amazed that you will get there, the person you're waiting for has been there and has left. Because to climb to the top now is a different game. If you will be late, call 1 hour ahead of time. That, oh, I may happen to be late because of this, so please, instead of 10 o'clock, kindly I'll make it 11. You understand? So these habits, little habits. If you do it, I will do it. If I don't do it, I won't do it. So I mean, any habit, anything you can think of, you can Google online yourself, good habits to develop as a person in growing. You realize you learn them, and then you incorporate them into your lifestyle. You form them daily. Now, attitude. Attitude is everything. That's all I will say. I don't think I have to talk about that one. Attitude is what? Everything. Attitude is everything. No matter who you are, if you don't have a good attitude, you will not progress. You will miss out on opportunities. I've seen people with bad attitude miss out on so many opportunities. Some of you are destiny helpers, you're even quarreling with them. How can you fight with your destiny helper? There's a saying that I learned at the airport. He says, they don't advise rich man. You understand? They don't advise rich man. You need a rich man's money. You are going to advise him. Oh, sir, how you spoke the last time, that's not how we talk. Hey. They said you don't advise rich man. And it's true, you can't realize it. If a rich man says, I want this, you get it for him. Nothing like, oh, this is not. Hey, has he asked you for advice? You understand? Attitude is everything. Some of you, let me keep using rich man so that it will make it more easier to understand. A rich man shouts at you, then you frown your face. You'll be smiling. A rich man insults you, then you frown your face. No. Do you know what it took? You see, for him to be there, a fool cannot be rich. A fool cannot be rich. So, no matter how you think you are wiser than the person you are seeing, what he has, you don't have. That's how you are standing in front of him. So you honor, you give some respect. Attitude is everything. I've seen somebody who tell you that, oh, as for this guy, I won't talk to him again. I won't talk to him again. He won't talk to him again. But that person is rich or can help him. But because of anger, he won't talk to him again. Who is going to lose? Do you get it? You need to develop good attitude. You quarreling with a rich man or somebody ahead of you, who is going to lose? Of course, God will open door for everybody. God is the one that blesses. He's the giver of all men. But sometimes God always gives through men. So you need people. So learn to have a good attitude so that you can relate with everyone. Even when you want to cut ties with people, don't burn bridges. Cut it in a nice way. Do you get it? Some of you have bad attitudes. That's the reason why doors don't open. And all this I said was, you learn it. If you don't know, you learn it. My boss, I won't go to the job again. How dare he shout out? Or how dare he spoke to me? No. And some of you, see some people that they'll resign their job and walk away. And then they go home and they're hoping, I know he needs me. I know he will call me. If I'm not there, that job cannot go on. Then they'll be there waiting for the call. The call is not coming. Then now, hey, God, why me? God, when would see? Attitude is what? Everything. I don't need to talk much about it. Attitude is what? Everything. And the last one, pressure. Truth be told, me, I don't like pressure. That's what people say. You can't come and give me pressure. No, I don't like pressure. A little pressure. You're angry. You're this. See, it's better to impose pressure on yourself than pressure from outside to come. So like what we spoke about, see, sometimes you act like you are broke. It gives you the wisdom to think and plan. But don't always think of abundance. See, if you are broke and you need money, even 3 days you've not slept and you don't even know 3 days have come to pass. Like your landlord telling you, if you don't pay rent by next week, by July ending, I will kick you out of the house and you don't have the money. July ending will come like the next morning. You'll be like, See, good things happen through pressure. Nothing happens in your comfort zone. Good things happen through pressure. So sometimes you can put yourself through pressure. No. I have to meet this thing. You put in the work. Somebody will say, take your time. Why are you stressing yourself? This. No, Charlie. Captain says something that I've been thinking of for some time, and it makes sense. He said the reason why Africans don't progress much is because we have the mindset of abundance. We have the abundant mindset where we think, there's time. There's time. We always think there's time. There's enough of everything, so we don't always think. Sometimes it's love pressure. Of course, I'm not saying pressure that will kill you. No. Pressure that will bring out the best in you. You cannot do this. No, it's not acceptable. Why can't I do it? Let me go and learn how to do it. Oh, I can't speak English. Oh, as for me, that's me. No. Take time, learn it. Nothing good happens without pressure. If you like your water at home, let the pressure reduce. The tap will not flow. Do you get it? So, as people, youth coming up, don't reject don't reject pressure. No. Do this. Do it better. Do it this way. This job, I won't go again. Hey, the way they can give you pressure. Everything. No. Sometimes it's developing you. It's bringing out the best in you. Have you seen how the way to understand pressure is? Have you seen the way if you have exams Friday, you see that Monday, you can still study normal, sleep, relax. Tuesday, then all of a sudden Wednesday, hey, I have to study all this. You are by the book. Mind you studying. Hey, you sleep 2 hours time, you wake up. God, if I go through this, next semester I'll start learning early. Next semester start learning early. If you help me go through this, hey, they are holding the book, you are studying. Thursday, you are studying 247. Friday, you go write the paper, and then you be like, next semester, I will start studying as soon as the semester opens. Semester will open, the same thing, 3 days to exams. All these books before. So you realize that before the exams, you're not able to sleep 8 hours. You sleep 2 hours, you wake up, you are studying. Because you know you have an exams. So sometimes it's good to impose that pressure. It's difficult. We are not able to do it, but if you are able to impose that pressure on yourself that I don't have time. The question is that you had 3 months in a semester. That 3 days you used to study seriously the book to go and write the exam. The question is, so that whole 3 months, couldn't I have found 3 days to study the way I studied for this paper? That is what without pressure, that's what happens. Do you get it? Without pressure. Sometimes you need people to impose that pressure on you. That's why sometimes it's good when you have somebody who will coach you, mentor you, or manage you. At least they will give you that pressure. Okay, for instance, Perpetua, these bags you are doing, it's nice thing, please. It should be on the market by 1st August. No. But left with you alone, you take your time, you do this. But when somebody gives you that pressure, no, it needs to be on the market by 1st August. So make sure it is. Today you will not appreciate it. But for years from now, when you look back, you'll be like, if this man did not give me pressure, I wouldn't be where I am today. So pressure is good. Learn to have people who will keep you on your toes. You will not do it if you say you do not do it. So sometimes even friends, you can agree to give each other pressure. Okay, we have to finish studying this book by Friday. Now let's sit here and study. We have to do this. Are you doing it? Are you doing it? You understand? So it's good to, when you have somebody applying pressure, you move faster. For instance, okay, I'm supposed to I want to study graphic designing. Okay, when are you starting? Okay, Monday, start. If you don't have anybody to give you that guidance with pressure, I will start. I will start. You realize what? All you do is procrastination. We procrastinate because there's no pressure. But because you know the exams, whether you are ready on Friday or not, it will come on. You prepare for it. Do you get it? So that's the thing. You need to learn to give yourself pressure. If not, and if you cannot put yourself, sometimes you can even set earlier deadlines. Okay, I want to do this. No, I have to do it before. That's how I made us watch the SMART goal video. It said time. You attach time to it. You attach time to it. So I want to do this by this, by this, by this. You attach time to it. That time is what will give you the pressure if you are serious. So with this, we'll bring today's session to an end.